is suing his ex-girlfriend, waitress Cynthia Clark, for unpaid loans to pay her bills. Cynthia claims the money was paying for her trips to see Martin.
I sent it for Easter to help get my kids Easter baskets. My twins got sick and he had sent me money for medication. Another time he'd send me money to go down to see him because I couldn't afford a trip by myself. I wasn't working at the time, and I do have 5 children, and he wanted to see me, so he would send me money to come see him.
Go ahead, let me hear the rest.
He also had sent me money to fix my car, well, to get another car because my car was messed up.
All this money that he was sending you, it came out as a result of you placing a telephone call to him to say, honey, I need money, because otherwise he wouldn't have known. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you called him and asked him for money.
Most of the time he offered it to me. But I would talk to him about the problems, and he would offer it to me. You know, I'm here for you. I love you. I'll do anything for you. If you need the help, you know, I'm here for you. I'll send you the money.
Now, all the time he was saying that to you, and you were telling him that you needed money for all these things, Mr. Triton over here, he was living in your house. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And not working because he didn't have any money, which is why he got thrown out of his own house. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Myra, you were living at her house.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you ever present when these phone calls were made asking for money?
Phone calls were made regularly from her to Martin, and she was always asking for money. Well, the twins are sick and I need some money, please, so I can get their medication. Yes, she would use some of the money to get the medication, but she was also using the money to buy illegal drugs.
No, ma'am.
Right?
She said she was going to go home to meet her there.
But then you decided not to go home.
Yes, I decided not to go home.
So you turned around and you said to your friend,
right?
Frank, to her.
About 20 minutes.
Until he broke into my house.
Don't speak. 20 minutes?
About 20 minutes.
20 minutes. And while you were waiting this 20 minutes, did you start to get upset?
No.
You started to get, just a second, you started to get, if you weren't upset, did you start to get hungry?
I was.
Shh. Did you start to get hungry? Tired?
Yeah, tired, yes.
So you were tired?
Yes, I was
and
tired.
You said, forget it.
Exactly.
She made a fool out of me.
I'm done with it.
I'm finished with her.
That's right.
She made a real fool out of me this time because she made a fool out of me earlier in the evening when she drove me home. Mm-hmm. And she was maybe going to have somebody else come and stay over, but it wasn't going to be me that night. And now I went over there and made a fool out of myself in front of other people. And she made a bigger fool out of me, so you went home and went to sleep.
I threw in the towel.
Could I see the pictures of the car, please? You have a police report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it. Well, you made the report the very next day.
Right.
What happened? Did they ever come to see you, Mr. Corona? The police?
No, ma'am.
They never came to see you?
No, ma'am.
You live in Los Angeles?
Yes.
They're probably real busy. Mr. Corona, I'm going to ask a question, but you don't even have to answer, Mr. Corona. I want you to look at my face. It's a nice face, right? You wouldn't lie to this face, Mr. Corona, would you? So I don't even want you to answer me, sir. Did it feel good? Did it feel good? It's going to cost you $2,284.56. I hope it felt that good. Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. That's just case number 321 on the calendar in the matter of Pickering versus Cannon.
Good. Thank you, Bird.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated.
Bird, would you do me a favor, please? You know that pesky fly that we had around here a couple of months ago?
Yep.
Well, he's been resurrected. So could you get me one of those little things that you got me before this?
No problem.
Thank you very much. And Miss Pickering and Mr. Cannon look like two well-behaved people, so I can manage without you for a minute.
Be right back.
Thank you. Miss Pickering, according to your complaint, you and the defendant were in a relationship and you made a loan to him. It was a loan so that he could take a trip, some sort of a bus trip, a sports trip with some other men. And you want the money back because the relationship is over.
Yes.
Mr. Cannon says that there was never a loan, that this was sort of a quid pro quo because he had arranged for refinancing on your house at some point. I know you're smiling. we'll get to it.
Okay.
He had arranged for refinancing on your house, saved you a whole bunch of money, and you agreed that he would be paid by you financing this trip. That's your defense.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Good, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, miss. Yeah.
I know it was on the lip. But I'll get it. Anyway, thank you. So, Ms. Pickering, were you and the defendant living together?
No, Your Honor, we were not. We were dating.
Objection.
Listen to me. Listen, don't interrupt her. Do you understand? You will have an opportunity to speak when she's finished.
Yes, ma'am.
Go.
When I divorced my husband and moved back to South Carolina, Mr. Cannon was one of the people contracted to move my furniture back to South Carolina from Georgia. I was reintroduced to him at that time. We went to middle school together. Immediately after I returned, we began dating. And
But never lived together.
Never lived together, but he spent most of the time with me. It was very. We talked about getting married. He talked about how it was destiny for us to be together.
Don't frustrate me.
Yes, ma'am. I was just saying, let's get to
No.
Yes.
When I look at your direction, ask you a question, you're going to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Other than that, you're not going to speak.
Okay.
So when I said you didn't live together, the answer was we didn't live together, we dated.
We dated.
Fine. Tell me about this loan that you made to him, when that was, because there were two parts of the loan.
Exactly. Mr. Cannon and I had been supportive of each other, making small loans back and forth financially to help each other out when needed during the time that we dated. This particular occasion, in October, he sponsored a trip for
October
the guys.
of what year?
October of 2001. He sponsored a trip to a Falcons football game in Atlanta. At some point, he did not have the money to pay for the tickets. So he asked me if he could borrow the money.
How much money did you need?
It was $960 for the tickets. Although we had exchanged money before loaning process, I felt very uncomfortable with this amount.
Well, had the previous loans been smaller loans?
They had been much smaller, $50, $100, $150. So, and it had been repaid. Because I felt uncomfortable, I wrote the check to the travel agency.
Can I see that, please?
I would not write it to him, nor would I give him cash. I was under the assumption that when the guys boarded the bus, that they would pay the remaining balance. When they returned from the trip, I heard of how wonderful it was.
When was the trip?
The trip was in November.
Okay.
I heard of how wonderful it was and received a magnet, but not my money.
Okay.
At that point, I did not question him about it. I was hoping that he would do the right thing because, once again, this is someone I wanted to marry. Later on, in the 11th, November, he also borrowed money again and again in December.
Well, what did he borrow money in November for?
I was under the impression that it was Christmas gifts. During this time, I've been throwing hints that I wanted an engagement ring. I'm hoping that this was for that purpose.
So you were giving him money hoping that he would buy you a ring?
I was giving him money hoping that it would help him purchase the Christmas gifts for his children and then have extra to do what I wanted him to do.
How much did you give him in November?
In November, I gave him a check of $135, and I clearly marked on there that it was a loan. And in December, I also gave a check of $50. And I marked that that was a loan as well.
Miss Pickering, he hadn't paid you back the October money yet. Why are you giving him more money?
At that time, we were talking about moving in together. I was, lack of a better judgment, I was a fool for love.
Right. Okay. I'm not interested in these two little loans. I'm not interested in that because that comes under the category of stupidity. If you lend somebody almost $1,000 and they don't pay you back when they get off the bus, and you lend them another $50 and another $135, then you're not too smart.
But once again, Your Honor, he was promising me the whole time, making promises. This is someone.
Promises of what?
Of commitment, of relationship.
Just a second,
repaying.
I don't care about commitment relationship. That's not my job. You want to go commitment relationship, go on Jerry Springer. If you want to come here, this is a court. Court, you talk about if he's making statements to you, he's making statements about returning the money. Exactly. That's all I'm interested in.
And he had returned money in the past, and I indicated that it was a loan on the check.
I understand that, madam. You're not following me. if you give somebody almost $1,000, which you said to me a moment ago was
Right.
more money than you had ever given them, and you thoroughly expected him to have the money as soon as he put his keister back on land
Right.
where you were, and all he gave you was a magnet,
Yes, sir.
right? Then when he comes to you and says, I need another $135, I need another $50, you say, you're not getting another penny, my dear, until I get back my $960. And if you do, deal with it. And I don't want to hear about commitment. Commitment, we go someplace else. Commitment, we don't deal with here. All right, let me hear from you.
I'm glad you settled that for me, Your Honor.
Don't thank me yet, I'm not finished with you. Where's her $960?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So I, being the wonderful person that I am, tried to save her a lot of money by letting her go through one of my mortgage
What
brokers.
did that cost you?
It didn't cost me anything when it didn't
Right.
save her thousands.
Right.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kendra Pickering says ex-boyfriend Charles Cannon owes for the cost to attend a football game with his friends. Charles says he saved her thousands by helping to refinance her mobile home.
Go ahead.
Actually, it should be a balance of $40 owed to me
Just tell me where, hon.
because at the time, right before, I think it was right around September, I was working part-time selling mobile homes. By doing that, I was involved and had relationships with several different mortgage companies. At the time, Miss Pickering was talking about getting a house refinanced. She had went around to several different other mortgage companies.
I did not.
I don't want to hear you
Thank you.
talking. Keep talking. I can multitask.
Actually, she was thinking about refinancing the house through the mortgage company she was in at the time that she was thinking about refinance. So I, being the wonderful person that I am, tried to save her a lot of money by letting her go through one of my mortgage brokers.
And what did that cost you?
Actually, it didn't cost me anything. What it
Right.
did saved her thousands.
Right. Didn't cost you anything.
So I agreed. I said, well, look, she's getting $13,000 back. I said, well, I agree to set you up with the guy. Just give me $1,000 referral fee.
What kind of character are you?
We wasn't in a relationship. This is
What kind of a character
her
are you?
imagination of this marriage.
Listen to me. What kind of character are you?
Wonderful. You know,
No.
Low.
No. No. Not wonderful. Not
I had
wonderful.
to pay. What, could you quit
Not
ask?
wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't tell me no relationship, because although I'm not entertaining these things, clearly she gave you this money.
Well, it wasn't to the extent that she's saying. You know.
Don't give me extent. Whether you have a little extent, sir, that's your problem, or a bigger extent, that's maybe everybody's problem. He has a smaller extent, he won't acknowledge that.
Well,
listen
Your
to
Honor-
me very carefully. If you have even a smaller extent relationship, which will be your long-term problem,
Yes, ma'am.
or not,
Yes, ma'am.
if you are in a relationship with somebody and intimate with somebody, and if they need something and it doesn't cost you anything, because you know somebody who can help her out getting refinancing for her house, and you hook her up with that person, then you don't be a pig and say, well, I'm saving you all this money, so why don't you give me a little bit of money because I saved you all that money. You say, I'm glad I could do something nice for you.
I mean, but
I was
only doing the American way.
But do it the American way with somebody else that you're not sleeping with, sir.
well, Your Honor,
Well,
this
don't
was
give
not,
me, well, Your Honor. You owe her $960. She gave it to you. Why don't you give the money back to her and say finished?
My point is, the big point is, this was not an issue until she came to my house one evening. And I said, look, I don't want to be bothered. Okay, this was over a year after. She didn't file this till after a year after.
I don't want to hear. Yeah, so?
It wasn't a big issue till she came to my house,
Yeah.
way out of control. I said, look, I don't want to be bothered. I'm ready to move on. And the police department had to come by. They told her, look, ma'am, you need to leave. And then she came up with the issues about the money. And they said, well, if that's the problem, you need to go file it in court.
So if this lady is saying to you, this is standing in the way of my moving forward, clearly you benefited from this money. Clearly I gave it to you, $960.
Yes, ma'am.
I feel as if I've been used. You don't want a relationship anymore, and you don't want to return the money. Relationship, I can't force you, but the money, I want you to pay me. Then you give her the money. It didn't cost you any money, right?
I didn't
So
get
you
my
act like a
referral fee.
man, whether you have a big commitment or a little commitment. You give her back the money. $960, judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He knows that he's made promises of love, commitment, gave me a ring at Christmas, and now he denies all of this.
Yes, it was spoken about.
I'm just in awe at how he could lie.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Oliveira versus Rodriguez. Step forward, please.
Painter Alejandro Oliveira is suing his ex-girlfriend, machinist Evie Rodriguez, for the return of his belongings and for vandalizing his van.
Mr. Oliveira, it is your claim that Miss Rodriguez, who used to be your girlfriend, vandalized your car and kept some of your property when she decided to terminate the relationship because she allegedly saw your vehicle in a motel and she wasn't at the motel. She says she didn't touch your car and you had plenty of time to get your property and she doesn't have your property anymore. How long were you going out with her?
About 2 years.
Did you live together?
Yes.
And tell me when she vandalized your car.
The night that she seen my van at a hotel room.
What night was that?
Oh, I'm not sure the exact date, but
Better be sure, because if you're not sure, I can't hear your case.
in the middle of July, I would say like July 15th.
And where were you at the time that you observed her damaging your car?
I was at my friend Jacob's house.
Had you seen Miss Rodriguez at the motel? Did she try to get your attention?
Yes.
How did she try to get your attention, Mr. Oliveira?
She was yelling out my name, come out, and asking me to come out, and I wouldn't come out.
Okay, and you waited until she left.
Yes.
And what happened when you got to Jacob's house?
I was gonna stay the night there, and then
She thought that would be a good idea.
yeah, I heard some things going on outside, and the same thing, pounding on the door, telling me to come outside. I wouldn't come outside, so then...
Why not?
Because I didn't want to deal with this girl. And she started bashing my windshield and my back window.
You have photographs?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I just didn't even think about doing that.
So why are you thinking about suing her now?
Because she took some personal belongings when we lived together, and just, I wanted them back. She wouldn't give them back, so...
Like what?
Couches, living room set, clothes.
You lived together for 2 years, sir. Are these things that you purchased when you were living together?
No, I had them prior.
When, for the first time, did you ask her for this property?
After we separated, and
Well, you separated, I assume, on July 15th.
sure,
Yeah.
the day after, I'm gonna go get my stuff. She had already locked the doors. Then one day after that incident, she had threw all my things outside and said I better go and get them before somebody takes them.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Alejandro Oliveira says ex-girlfriend Evie Rodriguez won't return his personal property.
Why didn't you go over there?
I was just drinking and I didn't want to drive, so I waited till next day.
Oh, and what happened to all your stuff?
They were there, and I took the things I can, like small things, but I couldn't carry couches and the bigger things by myself, so I just waited. And I told her to put the stuff back inside, and she refused to. Then she said they got stolen, but I know she took them because I seen them at her sister's house when I peeped through a window.
So the couches in her sister's house?
Yeah.
Does your sister have his couches?
No.
No? Who has his couches?
I told different people that there's stuff outside. If you want it, go get it.
Good. Well, that's good. So they took him.
Yeah.
They came and they took it.
Yeah.
Did you bust his windows on his car?
No.
You didn't bust
You had a right to.
She
You
didn't
had a
have
right to, in your own mind, I'm sure you thought, right?
I'm not the kind of person to do that. So.
Well, what I don't understand, Mr. Oliveira, is that if somebody vandalized my car like that and you want them to pay for it and you want to bring a lawsuit, you take a photograph of what the car looks like.
True, but at the time it happened, I didn't even think about taking it to court, you know.
So what do you want me to do?
Actually, I just want to get my couches back, and she
She
has
doesn't
them.
have your couches.
She does have them.
No. She told somebody, she put your couches out along with all the other property. You said you came by, you didn't come by that night because you'd been drinking. You came by the next day, you took some of the things that you wanted. She says, she called all of her friends and says there's a bunch of junk outside. If you want to come and get it, you come and get it. Maybe her sister wanted the junky couches. She came and got the couches.
she has no right to give things away. That's not hers anyway. So
Yeah?
she shouldn't have did that in the first place. That's not right.
Just a second. You shouldn't have given away the couches if you gave them away. I'm telling you, she shouldn't have. What were you doing at the motel?
Just partying, whatever.
Really? The night before, this happened on the 15th of July. On the 14th of July, where were you?
I was there at the apartment where we lived at.
Yeah. Did you have dinner together that night?
Sure.
Do you have children?
Nope.
Do you have children?
I have one.
How old is your child?
He's 12.
Does he live with you?
Yes.
Oh, I have 2 children, but not with her.
So you have 2 children?
Yes, I do. I thought you meant if I had some
No,
with her.
no. Not with her.
No.
And not with the person you were in the motel with, I assume.
No.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So, did you tell Miss Rodriguez that you were going to spend an evening in a motel with somebody on the 15th?
Nope.
Why not?
We were having troubles at the time. We were breaking up.
Really?
So,
When did you tell her that?
I never told her. It just things were happening.
Mr. Oliveira, you have no pictures of your car vandalized. So I can't tell, A, if it was vandalized at all, and B, whether she did it.
She did do it. I just thought she would come up to it and say that she did because she knows
She's
she
not.
did.
And as far as your property is concerned, she called you and said to you, oh, by the way, you still living in the same apartment or the
No.
same house?
I moved out.
And you didn't move back into that place, did you?
No.
Where did you go to live?
At my friend's house or the night that
At
she came and
Jacob's
broke in.
house?
Yes.
You still living there at Jacob's?
Yes,
No, you're not, Mr. Oliveira?
I am.
Full time.
What do you mean full time, Mom?
You sleep there all the time?
Yeah.
Every night?
That's where I'm staying at now.
Uh-huh, right. So you paying any rent to Jacob?
It's not actually his house, it's his mother's house. But
Oh, really?
yes.
So you have your own room there?
I sleep on the couch or if nobody...
Oh, just a minute. So she has a couch.
She has a couch.
So where are you going to put these couches when you get them?
I can put them at my mom's or wherever in storage.
Oh, well, you don't have any couches anymore, Mr. Oliveira.
I know.
Case is dismissed.
Her sister has-
Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 183 on the calendar in the matter of Sanzano versus West.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Sanzano, you and the defendant had a relationship, an on-again, off-again one, according to your complaint, for some period of time. During that time, you moved in together, perhaps once or twice. You claimed that you furnished the apartment. She had you thrown out of the apartment. She kept the furniture. You want the furniture back or its value. That's what your claim is.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant said that the furniture was purchased as a couple, and she is counterclaiming for a car that you allegedly took that belonged to her and for assaulting her 5-year-old son.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's have the story of the furniture first, because that's your claim.
Over about a year and a half ago, I met Lisa. We got into a relationship. We moved into an apartment after 6 months. At that time, I had a lot of furnishings. I had, electronics, and I had, quite a bit of furniture.
Where
And
had she been living?
she lived with her mother for a period of 3 years.
Was she living with her mother at the time that you met?
Yes, ma'am.
Was she living with her mother at the time you moved in together?
Prior to us moving in
Prior
together.
to your moving in together?
Yes.
Did she have any of her own furniture that she moved in with?
No, ma'am.
Go ahead.
At this time, the apartment did need some more things. It was a 3-bedroom apartment, so I went out and I did purchase those things solely.
What?
At that time, it was...
Look at me.
Yes, at that time, it was additional bedroom furniture
For whom?
for the children's rooms.
How many children did she have?
She has 4 children,
How old are you?
26.
Do you have other children?
No,
Do you
ma'am.
have children of your own?
No, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Just other things were purchased, just to make, the apartment a complete home. Then after 4 months of living together in this apartment, we separated. I kept the apartment. I kept the furnishings. She kept some of the children's things that, were really for their specific use, not for my use at all. So then after 3 months went by, I went on to another relationship, and she was seeing somebody else. And after 3 months went by, Lisa contacted me on numerous occasions and wanted to reconcile. And after a few conversations, we began seeing each other again. But then we moved in together. We lived there together in the second home for 4 months. And what had happened, Lisa was being treated for mental health issues, manic depression issues, okay? And she was on her medication, and she decided that she wanted to start drinking again, like, you know, social drinking. And that affected, in my opinion, her treatment with the medication. And as a result, it ended up in disruptiveness in the home. She started to, get violent with me, physical with me. On the second occasion that occurred, I filed a police report rather than get violent back with her. 1 week went by. She decided that she wasn't going to come home anymore to the place where we were living. And she basically threatened me over the telephone from her mother's house, stating that I want the title to my car signed over to me, and I want you out. Otherwise, I'm going to have to file some false accusations against you to get you out through an injunction.
Why was the title to her car in your name?
Because I purchased the vehicle for her. Some of her monies were yes, included in that. Okay? I'll be very honest with you. Okay? But the total amount of the car?
You put in some money?
Yes, for the car purpose.
All right. How much was the car?
The car was $900.
And how much did you put in?
I put in $450.
And she put in the rest?
Yes.
Okay.
So that she would have a car to get to and from work.
Okay. What kind of work was she doing?
She's an administrative assistant for a glass company.
And who watches the children?
They go to daycare and they go to school, and we had them in summer programs during that time.
Okay. So you were put out of the house eventually.
What happened is as a result of my filing of a police report against her, I went and proceeded to file for a domestic injunction. That was granted.
Let me see the papers, please, that you filed and when you made the report.
Okay. She then also...
Let me see. I can read dates.
Okay. That was the police report, ma'am. The copy of the injunction.
All right. Miss West, can I see the report that you filed with the police department? That's it.
Judge, may I say something?
Yes.
Okay. To conclude the story, a week later, she did file such paperwork, which was out of due vindictiveness.
Listen to me, sir.
Yes.
You filed your police report on the 19th, according to the one you gave me.
Yes.
But you actually had the police come out on the 13th.
Yes.
Interesting enough. Very good. So you did call the police on the 13th.
Yes.
And I read what it said here, which says that when the police got there, you lost your temper and you were throwing things around the house. Is that right?
No, ma'am, I wasn't throwing things
Yes, you
around
were.
the house.
Yes, you were.
I was placing them on the floor because he's OCD, and I knew it would drive him crazy. There was nothing broke. There was nothing thrown in that
He's
house.
got OCD, so you were driving crazy. What kind of medication do you take?
I've been released from the doctor, and I don't take it anymore.
What
but
kind
I
of
was-
medication were you
I
taking on the
was
13th
taking
of July?
Effexor.
And how long had you been on that medication?
2 months.
And during the time that you were taking that medication, I assume that your doctor, who is licensed to practice medicine in the state of
Florida.
told you that you were not to have anything of an alcoholic nature to drink. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were, in fact, drinking that night.
I had 1 beer.
I don't care whether you had 1 beer or whether you had a sip. You were drinking in violation of the doctor's direction. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were taking that medication for, let's call it, mood swings.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that the house was in a state of disarray, and that the plaintiff called the police and said, listen, I don't want her arrested, I just want things to calm down.
Exactly.
And the police came. That was on the 13th. All right. Then we have you reporting to the police on the 19th of July that an incident occurred on the 17th of July. That's after he made his report. Now let's see. Now I'm reading what that says. So I like to read all these reports, Bert. You know why? And you got to read the dates. Very important to tell a story. But you know that already. You knew that.
I've learned from the best.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He assaulted your son, hit him with a belt. Is that right? How many times have you done that?
I've never left a bruise on any of my children. Not ever.
Get out of my sight.
And later today,
After I made a comment about his socks, telling him that his socks were dirty, he looked at me and he said, "But watch out now. Watch what happens to you now."
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Anthony Sanzano says ex-girlfriend Lisa West won't return his furniture. Lisa says Anthony beat her 5-year-old son with a belt.
Mr. Sanzano, I want you to listen to me very, very carefully, sir. Did you ever hit any of Miss West's children? Look at me. Answer the question before I go further. And I will go further, so you might as well just get it all out now.
I have spanked the children at some point or another during the period of the year and a half.
And did you ever, when you spank the children, spank them with a belt?
No.
Did you ever spank the children with any object? Look at me. Very, very careful.
No.
Be very careful.
No, ma'am.
That I don't believe.
Okay.
That I don't believe. So let's go back again. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to redeem yourself, sir. Did you ever spank the children with an object?
I may have used a belt on 1 or 2 occasions. But so does Miss West.
Mr. Sanzano, there isn't a question in my mind that Miss West has hit her children.
In fact, she kind of like showed me how we should discipline the children, because I'm new to this
Mr.
parental
Sanzano,
thing. Yeah.
there isn't a question in my mind that Miss West has beat her children.
Okay.
She knows it, and I know it. I feel sorry for these 4 children. I don't know where they are now. Where are they?
They're with my best friend.
Best friend that's with somebody you live with?
Yes, he's a roommate.
New boyfriend. New boyfriend.
He's not my boyfriend.
It's the same man she saw the first time we separated.
Mr. Sanzano, we're talking here about some furniture? Mr. Sanzano, I want you to speak to me, sir. We're talking here about some furniture.
Yes, ma'am. Miss West got possession of the home that we both jointly had assets in.
She's still living there.
Yes, ma'am.
And some other guy is sitting on the couch that you bought, and some other guy is sitting in the chair that...
Yes, ma'am.
Sitting on some of your mother's stuff,
Yes, ma'am.
and the children are sleeping in the beds that you bought,
Yes, that's...
and you're 26 years old,
Yes, ma'am.
and you got out scot-free.
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't have a baby with her, right?
No, ma'am.
This is what if I could make an order, this is what it would be. That you step back 2 steps, you get down on your knees, and you kiss the ground, and you look up and you say, "Thank God," and you walk out of here. Mr. Sanzano, I'm going to tell you a couple of things, sir. You lived with this lady, and there's no way that I'm going to go and figure out which toaster belongs to who, and who paid for a couch and who didn't. You decided to live with her twice without benefit of marriage. We don't have a court for people who live together. She had you thrown out of the apartment. She had you thrown out of the apartment for, at that time, good reason. You used excessive corporal punishment on one of her children.
I was not arrested nor charged.
I don't care whether you were arrested or charged. You used excessive corporal punishment on one of her children. That's not your place. You are not related to them. Even if you're related to them, you can't use excessive corporal punishment. One day, she's going to have her children removed from her custody. That's what's going to happen. If she uses excessive corporal punishment on her children and leaves her children with people who she shouldn't, eventually her children will either grow up to hate her or they'll be removed. But you're 26 years old. This is a lady who has 4 children. She's had a life experience. She has certain psychological problems. She's on medication. She's not handling the medication well. Just listen to this. She's not handling it well because she does things she's not supposed to do. She drinks and she takes the medication. You're 26, getting to be fully cooked, getting there. Right now, all you're out is a sofa. That's it, a sofa and maybe a VCR. You're not paying child support for the next 21 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Step back, kiss the ground, and say, "Thank God." Now, you're suing him for a car that maybe you put in most of the money for. Is that right? Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You got all the furniture.
In the house.
Shh. Not the house. You didn't buy her a house. You rented an apartment. You got the furniture. Consider yourself lucky you got a house full of furniture, a lot of which he bought. So what do you expect? You expect the money back from your car? Of course not. He assaulted your son, hit him with a belt? Is that right? How many times have you done that?
I've never left a bruise on any of my children. Not ever.
Get out of my sight. Your case is dismissed and so is your counterclaim.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's controlled my life for 2 years.
Somebody had to take head of the household, and so I did.
Make sure you know people before you fall in love with them and trust them.
The woman I met was unstable from the start.
It's over. I can walk away. It's done.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Boncheva versus Lowhorn. Step forward, please.
17-year-old Petya Boncheva is suing 23-year-old welder Larry Lowhorn for keying Petya's car. Larry is denying the charge.
All right, this is not going to take long, Bird. Don't get too comfortable. According to your complaint, you knew the defendant. Whether you liked him or he liked you, I quite frankly don't care whether you were friends or not, but according to your complaint, you were at somebody else's house. You walked into the house, he's sitting there with his shoes off, and you commented that he had dirty socks, which irritated him. The next thing you knew, you went outside, so you saw that somebody had keyed your car, and you say it was the defendant. He says you did comment about his dirty socks, but he didn't key your car. Correct. Is that right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
I probably think you keyed her car. Just watching you, watching your body language. I'm really smart when it comes to that. I think you did do that, but see what I mean?
Yes.
But it's up to her to prove it to me. And you have no witnesses, is that right?
No.
Nobody saw him do it?
No.
He didn't admit that he did it?
No.
So what do you want me to do?
Well, he actually did say that he was going to do something to my car, and the night
Your
that...
Honor?
Don't speak until I speak to you.
Yes.
The night that he keyed my car, we were over at my friend Keith's house.
Don't give me the whole story. I want to know. He said he was going to key your car. When did he say he was going to do something
After I made a comment about his socks, telling him that his socks were dirty, he looked at me and he said, well, you really shouldn't make comments to people that know what kind of car you drive. So I said, you don't even know what kind of car I drive, and he reminded me how we met and the night he's in my car. So I was like, okay, you know, he knows my car. Then right after he made a comment, he said, well, you better watch out now. Watch what happens to you now.
So you have pretty good reason to think that it was him, right?
Yeah.
But you understand that in court you have to have proof.
Yeah, well, actually, we did call, I did call the Clinton Township Police Department. We did make a report about it. I was in there for not more than a half an hour, and after he made a comment, he went outside for 5 minutes, and you know, he came back, he just looked at me and smiled. So my friend Keith said, well, let's go look at your car, you know, maybe he did do something to it. So me and him walked outside and seen my car was keyed. Right after he was out there for 5 minutes, came back, and you know, we went outside. So
what did the police tell you when you reported it?
They told me to make a report about it, take him to court, because
they couldn't do anything about it because you had no witnesses. They couldn't arrest him.
No.
Now you want to say something?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. What she's failing to mention at first is that she was kind of upset with me in the beginning, before all this even started, because like when we initially met.
I don't care.
Okay.
Get to her car.
Okay, when I got to the apartment and she started saying this stuff to me.
About your dirty socks.
Yes.
And about your hygiene.
Yes, I kind of got aggravated, so I kind of went outside. My witness, Sam, and another girl were outside. They were talking. I went out there to use the phone because we had gotten the argument. I called my girlfriend to come pick me up because I didn't want to sit here and argue with a 16-year-old about something as petty as like dirty socks. So I called him. We came up back to Sam came up first, and I came up later with Laura.
Sir,
actually,
Mr. Lawhorn, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you.
Okay.
Unless you're going to tell me, Judge, I'm going to fess up. Either I keyed her car, or my friend keyed her car, or I saw somebody key her car. I don't want to hear all your other nonsense. Do you understand?
Yes.
Did you key her car?
No, Your Honor.
Do you know who did?
No, I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No.
Right. You have no proof that he keyed your car. You have no witnesses. He didn't make a confession. Do you understand? I can't find that he keyed your car. He might have, or he might have, or somebody else that was outside might have. He may have given them the key to key your car. You have no proof.
But he said he was going to do something to my car. So, and I was in there for not more than a half an hour, and we walked outside as soon as she came in, and my car was keyed. No, Sam was not outside with him when he went outside. Neither was Laura. They were all in the apartment with us.
Well, they weren't.
They were all
Listen to
in
me.
there. So he went outside alone.
You have no proof that he keyed your car. Not sufficient in court, anyway. Not sufficient for the police to arrest him for vandalism, and not sufficient for me to be able to charge him for fixing your car. He might have done it. Probably did, based upon his body English, but I can't make a judgment based upon that. So unfortunately, I have to dismiss your case. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. This is case number 227 on the calendar in the matter of DeWater versus DeWater. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Mr. Water, this is your father,
Yes, it is.
and you are his girlfriend?
Yes.
You needed a car. Your father and his girlfriend helped you out with the finances because you didn't have any money. I think the car was $350. Is that right?
Yes, it was.
And your agreement was that you were supposed to pay them so much per month till the loan was repaid. I think $100 a month. Is that what you agreed to?
No.
What had you agreed to?
We didn't agree on how much exactly.
Okay.
We just said I would pay him back in installments.
All right, that's what you say. In any event, you gave him $100.
Right.
And it is your claim that at some point he called you up and said, I want the rest of the money. You didn't have it. He came and repossessed the car. And you want the money that you put into the car, which was $160, $100 that you had given to him in an installment, and then $60 for a new battery. Your father and his girlfriend say you did not live up to your terms of the agreement, so that they were forced to repossess the car. They want money that you still owe them on the car, which is another $250, even though they have the car, and some money for an additional loan that your father says he made you for some wedding rings or something. I don't know. That's about, I'm sure he'll tell me. Mr. Water, when was the car purchased?
It was actually purchased on July 31st.
And when did you make the installment payment to your father?
On the 1st.
1st of August?
Yes.
Is that right?
That's true.
And when did your father call you and say he wanted some more money?
Okay, well, he called me on the 25th. I told him that I would not be
What
able
did he say to you?
He asked me if I would be able to give him some money the next day, because the next day I was supposed to be getting paid. And I told him I wouldn't have no money to give him. And I asked him if he would wait an extra week until the 1st, and then I'd give him some more money. And he said, okay. About 45 minutes to an hour later, he calls me back and tells me that Debbie wants me to call her at work. She tells me it's not good enough. So I told her...
What did she say to you, and what did you say to her?
Okay, well, I said, I won't get paid tomorrow. I said, I'll have some more money on the 1st. I said, can you guys wait till the 1st? She said, that's not good enough. They bought the car for me, and I should give them their money back. I said, if you guys can't work something out with me, I said, what we can do is we can sell the car. I said, you can give me my money back, and you can take your money. I didn't hear from them for 2 days. On the 27th, early in the morning, he came and said he was coming to pick up the car and demanded me to give him the keys.
And what happened?
I told him, I asked him, did he have my money? Because I told him he was not taking the car without me having my money. So he comes back around 6 o'clock that evening with the police. And I told the police the same thing, that I don't feel like I should have to give him the car back without me getting my money. So he wrote me a check for $160. As a matter of fact, we had the police exchange the car keys for the check. The police officer told me to keep the original title. He said, just in case anything happens, which was a good thing, because when I went to go cash the check at Money Tree that same
They had
day,
stopped payment on the check.
they went online and
Okay,
stopped payment.
so that's what this is about, $160. All right, now let's hear your end of the story.
First of all, the agreement between us was that on the 1st she would give $100, and then 2 weeks after that she would give another $100, and then 2 weeks after that she would give another $100, and then $50 after that. The 25th, when I contacted her, she told me then, she said, I won't have the money until the 10th, not the 1st.
Did she call you at your place of
Yes.
business?
Yes,
Tell me
she
about the conversation as
When
you
she
were
called
calling.
me, I said, Samina, I understand that you don't have your job anymore and you're not able to pay. So what can
She had
you...
lost her job?
Yes.
How did you know that?
She told me. She couldn't pay
What
me.
did she say?
Well, actually, on the 15th, she couldn't pay us because she said they didn't put her hours in. She wouldn't get paid till the 25th, which was a Sunday. When I talked to her that night at work, she said that she'd lost her job and that she wasn't going to get paid. And she didn't know when she could give me more money. I said, well, you know, maybe we should just take the car back. And she says, well, y'all can come get the car if you want, but I want my $100.
Where is the car now?
I have it up at a friend of mine's house.
You have somebody to buy it?
I did have a person to buy it until she left a message on my answer machine saying that the police officer said if I sold the vehicle, that I can be arrested.
Do you have the title?
Yes, ma'am, I do. It's right here.
Oh, good. And it's in your name?
It is my name, and it's a Washington State title.
Good. Mr. Water, did you lose your job?
Actually,
No, you have to.
No,
not actually.
I did not lose my
Listen
job.
to me, because that's very easy. That's just a phone call that I have to make.
Right.
So it's very easy. So I'm going to start again. Were you working at the same place, same number of hours in the beginning of August and in the middle of August?
Yes, I was.
And the end of August?
No, I wasn't.
You either left, quit, or you were fired?
Actually, it was just a work experience. My program was over. What I was doing is I had to take time off for when I had the baby. I have a 4-month-old baby. That was 3 months I had time off, and then I had to finish my work
What's
experience.
3 months?
April, May, and June. I had my baby in May.
And July is when you needed a car.
Well, actually, I didn't ask for him to get the car. He offered to get me the car.
What kind of car did you get?
It was an Oldsmobile Cutlass, I believe.
What I want to know from you, sir, is when you wrote her the check for $160, you see, ordinarily, I would say to her, listen, you drove the car for a month. You didn't follow through with your agreement, because I believe you had an agreement that every 2 weeks you were going to get paid, and they had the right to take the car back. And you drove the car for a month. You can't get a rental car for a month. So it cost you $100 for the month. Say goodbye. That's what I would ordinarily say to her. But you gave her a check for $160 and then stopped payment on the check.
Yes, ma'am.
Explain to me why, sir.
Because when we did arrive there, actually...
Police would not give you the car unless you gave her the check.
No, ma'am. I'm the one that actually called the police because I told them that I knew that there would be an altercation. One of the police officers went with me with the paperwork.
Talk to me about this $160.
That's
why did you give her the check? Just tell me.
Because she started calling me names. In order for the police officers to get on about their business, in order for me to get the vehicle, which was already mine, I agreed. The police officer and I talked about it, and I said, here, I can write her a check, and I will put a stop pay. The reason why...
Oh, no.
The reason why...
I don't believe you said that to the police officer.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Let me see a police report that says that.
They did not do a report.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
6, 5, 4, 2, 1, and 4 months.
6 children. Do you receive public assistance?
No, I do not.
Sure you do.
And later today,
the squirrel had relieved himself on my microwave, ate up plants, chewed through a maple syrup bottle. I have pictures of the squirrel.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Simena DeWater says her father, Simon DeWater, and his common-law wife, Debbie DeWater, repossessed her car. Simon says his daughter had it coming.
See, the problem is, she believes she has a claim to a certain part of this car because she had, in fact, invested a certain amount of money in it. She's all wrong.
Okay.
Listen to me. She's all wrong, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I understand.
However, once you give her a check in order to resolve a dispute, and she accepts it and relinquishes physical custody of that car, relying on the fact that you have reached an agreement, you can't say, now I'm going to stop payment on the check. But you cannot do that. You cannot give her something. She gave up something in reliance on it and then stopped payment on the check. So she's entitled to that $160. Now, quiet, you're entitled to nothing on your claim for the rest of the money she owes you because you have the title to the car and you're going to sell the car. Put your hand down. So far, anything that you're entitled to, you got. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm telling you, but for the fact he gave you this check, you would be entitled to Zippo, goose egg, nothing.
Right.
Now, let's go over to this loan, alleged loan for wedding rings, because that's the only thing I want to hear about now.
Okay.
Not entitled to any more money for the car. You got the car, keep it, sell it, do whatever you want with it.
Okay. What had happened was she was telling me that she was supposed to be getting married in July. I did offer to buy the rings because they were arguing back and forth. She just wanted a band and he wanted something that had bling bling. So what I did was I went and got them bands with diamonds in it, okay? What I did stipulate before I gave them the rings and they agreed to was that if they did not get married on the date that they said that they would, I wanted the money back for the rings. Then, come that date, She told me they postponed it till the next month because the people from his family wasn't able to come over to where we were. On the date that we went to pick up the car, she got smart. Like I said, she started calling me names. I told her, I said, okay, I want the money for the rings then.
Who were you supposed to marry?
My kids' father.
Your children's father?
Yes.
How many children do you have with this person?
6.
6 children. And how old are they?
6, 5, 4, 2, 1, and 4 months.
And where does this person live?
With me.
Does this person work? Is he employed?
Yes, he does.
Have you gotten married yet?
No, we have not.
Do you receive public assistance?
No, I do not.
Sure you do.
No, I do not. I terminated.
When did you terminate it?
I terminated it last month.
Oh, just last month?
Yes, I did, because
So
I got
for
a
6
full-time job now.
So for 6 years, the guy's living with you, you make 6 babies with him, collect welfare. That's a very good reason not to get married. You get married, all that stops.
No, actually, he's on it. He was on it. Yes.
He was on your budget?
Yes, he is. And he was working the whole time. Since we've been
Listen to
together,
me.
he's been
Listen
the one
to me.
working.
You have to understand something, Mr. DeWater. Your daughter and the father of her children, you understand we're involved in a little bit of shenanigans with the state and money. How old are you?
23.
23, 6 kids. You know her judgment is 0. You wanted her to get married. You bought the rings. Stupid! Stupid. Don't lend her any more money.
You're not.
Good. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It was a refusal to pay. It wasn't saying I didn't have the money and I can't pay you till, a certain date. It was just a refusal to pay.
They offered. I didn't ask them to get it for me. So that's their loss.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Eddington versus Hammond. Step forward, please.
Gas station manager Tracy Eddington is suing her former landlords, Michael Hammond Sr. and his son Michael Jr. for the cost of a motel room and property damage caused by a squirrel.
Miss Eddington, the defendant is your landlord. Who's the landlord?
I am, guy.
And who are you, sir?
I'm the manager of the business. We have apartments throughout town.
It is your claim that because you detected that there was someone else living in your apartment, or something else living in your apartment that wasn't paying rent. You heard the scratching through walls. You didn't know exactly what it was. You called one of these 2 gentlemen. Nothing was done, according to you. And as it turned out, it was a squirrel that eventually found its way into your apartment, caused a great deal of damage. You want to be reimbursed for the damage that this unauthorized tenant did to your kitchen and other parts of your house, as well as the motel stay. How long have you been a tenant of the defendants?
A little over 3 years.
Ms. Eddington pay her rent on time?
No complaint with it.
So it's been fine?
It's been fine.
Great. When did you start to hear this little critter in your apartment?
It was March 12th of 2002. I was sitting at my table and I heard something in the kitchen. I thought it was my 2 cats.
Stop playing with paper, I can't hear.
Until they walked past me and the noise still continued. And that's when I got up to see the squirrel run across my feet and back down in the basement.
So the little thing actually went across your feet?
Mm-hmm.
What did you do?
I got on the phone and called Mike Jr. and told him that I saw a squirrel in the kitchen, and he told me that they had a boiler out at a different facility and that he would get someone there as soon as he could.
When was as soon as he could?
March 18th, almost a week later. The squirrel came in on Tuesday. That Friday, I came home to plants all over the place, food, clothing. The squirrel had relieved himself on my microwave, ate up plants, chewed through a maple syrup bottle. I have pictures of the squirrel. I have dead and alive pictures of the squirrel.
How'd you get pictures of the thing when it was alive?
Well, I called someone and they told me what to do to try and get him out of the apartment. They said to take peanut butter and put it on bread and leave little trails for him. And he went for the bread, but he went back under the stove each time with his food. So I was able to grab my camera off the table and take a picture of him.
Is this a squirrel in a box?
That's the dead squirrel. I'm not quite sure how he died.
How did he die?
We had a mouse problem, and I put mouse bait down in the basement, and I think it got to him, and he died in my box of clothing.
So before the defendant found time to come back to your apartment, all this damage was done?
Yes. Friday night, I just grabbed my cats and some clothes, and we went to a motel.
How long were you at the motel?
9 days. That following Monday, they did put a trap with crackers in it, and I did go back, and there was never any squirrel, and then my brother finally found the squirrel dead in the box.
When did he find the squirrel?
March 23rd, the last day I was at the motel.
Okay, who wants to talk?
I would, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
The first time we had a phone call, we documented everything, the phone calls, was the 15th, which was on a Friday.
She says she called on March 12th. Did you call on March 12th?
I called the day that the squirrel came into the apartment.
Which was March 12th. How do you know it was March 12th?
I remembered, I wrote it down.
Do you remember what day of the week it was?
That's a Tuesday.
Did you call after that Tuesday?
I called every day after that.
Okay, so the first time you documented her phone call, it was March 15th. Is that right?
The first time it was brought to my attention was March 15th, which was a Friday.
Did you speak to him or to somebody else?
I spoke to him.
Maybe you were busy. Go ahead.
I sent a maintenance worker over there with a flashlight to check the apartment, check the basement. He came back with nothing. Tracy called me back later, said she's still hearing sounds. At this point, there wasn't anything seen, it was only sounds. I went back over there personally, went through the basement, went through the apartment, still found nothing. And then on Monday, which was the 18th, Tracy called me in the morning and said the squirrel had gotten in here to eat my plants. That's when I called the exterminator, met him over there on Tuesday. The 19th was the quickest he could be over there, who did set up a live trap. And according to my records, Tracy's brother found the squirrel Thursday morning.
So
we've got conflicting dates, obviously.
Okay, but it is clear that even if she called on the 15th and she said to you that there is some sort of animal, rodent, and it was a squirrel because I've seen it. I've seen it. I saw it. It ran across my feet. She says the 12th, you say the 15th. Clearly, it was before the 18th, which was the date of the damage. That if you had gotten the exterminator out there between the 15th and the 18th, but you have a tenant who's a perfectly good tenant, paid a rent on time, not a pest, who says to you, there's trouble in my apartment. I mean, it's not the kind of trouble that's an emergency trouble because it's not a pipe burst or water is leaking all over the place. It's a squirrel. But when it became an emergency, she had to move out.
For the record, the 15th, when she called me, she was still hearing noises. Didn't actually see the squirrel until the 18th.
I thought you told me you saw the squirrel initially.
I saw the squirrel on the 12th.
Yeah, on the 12th.
Yes.
That's what she said. And I believe she called you on the 12th, and I believe that you were probably involved in a whole bunch of other things. You see, you manage a whole lot of buildings. Is that
That's
right?
correct, yeah.
You got a lot of other things on your plate. She only has one squirrel. She's asking for, as far as I'm concerned, a minimal amount of money. It's just damage to her property, which I see, and reimbursement for motel expenses. She's asking for $581. That seems perfectly reasonable. That's it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $581. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step. Now, this is case number 173 on the calendar in the matter of White versus Dreyer. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Miss White, the defendant is your former husband. You were married for a long time, 20 years? 20 years. And I gather from your papers that you had a rather acrimonious divorce.
Yes.
This case has to do with a car, an old car, that you were awarded in the judgment of divorce.
Correct.
So why don't you tell me the story about the car and what you're suing him for?
I was awarded the 1991 Hyundai in the divorce settlement.
And at the time that you were awarded the car in the divorce settlement, where was the car located physically?
It was at our home.
You say at our home, pointing to him. Did he stay in the home?
No, I stayed in after the divorce was filed. I stayed in the home for 6 weeks afterwards.
With him?
Right.
And then you left?
Yes. I left the home.
And left the car there?
No, I took the car with me.
Okay.
It was agreed that we would leave the car in his name. And then we had agreed that my son, our younger son, who was living with his father, would get the car in January when I bought a new car.
And this you discussed with the defendant?
Yes, I did.
So what did you do with the car?
Our youngest son came to live with us in February after having problems with his father. And
Came to live with you?
Yes. And his father became very angry, vindictive.
Where's the car all this time?
I had the car at that time.
You had the car?
My son was driving it in January. It broke down in June. It sat there on my property for a couple months. Our oldest son had come over to my house, asked if he could have the car. I said, sure, take the car. His dad does a lot of rebuilding of the vehicles. So he towed the car to his father's house where he was living.
Your oldest son's name is?
Jonathan Dreyer.
Okay, so Jonathan takes the car. It's been in your possession. but titled in your husband's name, despite the fact that you were awarded the car in the judgment to divorce. Oldest son takes the car from your new residence and brings it back to his father's house.
Correct.
Is he living with his father?
Yes, he is.
Is that right so far?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In June, Jonathan and the car are back at the father's house, June 01. Go ahead.
So it was after he had towed the car, he called me and says, I have to get the title from you because your dad doesn't want the car up here without the title. So I said, fine, here's the title.
Okay, so you gave Jonathan the title.
Right.
Okay, so now, good.
So that was the last I'd heard about the car until May 5th, when I get a notice that he has had the car illegally put into my name.
Well, no, he hasn't had it illegally put in your name. He transferred it to your name. He was supposed to do that a long time ago.
Right, but what he had done was fraudulent, the way he had done it and what he had planned to do with it.
Well, let's see what happened. So he had put the car in your name and then?
Called it in as abandoned.
Okay, and then they came and towed it.
Yes.
And you were sent a bill from the county for how much?
The ending bill was $786.
And that's what you want?
Well, they did eventually sell the vehicle and got $60 out of it for auction.
So $726.
Correct.
And you feel as if he should be responsible for that bill?
Yes, I've got pictures here that show, I mean, this is what he does for a living. He repairs and rebuilds cars.
Okay. Well, he doesn't necessarily have to do that with this car. I want to get his version of the events. Go ahead.
Well, my one son who got the car did not take possession of the car in January because when he moved out, he had a car that I had given him, which was an '84 Volkswagen Scirocco, at which time I had to put in a report of sale and transfer it to him.
I'm talking about the 1991 Hyundai. Let's get there. Jonathan brings it back.
Jonathan brought it to my house.
Back to your house in June.
When I got home from work.
With your permission?
No, was not with my permission.
Okay. Did you tell him to take it right back?
Yes, I did.
But he didn't?
No, he did not.
Okay. At that time, did you notify your former wife, you better come and get this car?
I could not notify her because of a restraining order which she had against me, which I have right here with me.
Yes.
Which thoroughly states that I have no contact with her whatsoever.
When you were divorced, did you have a lawyer?
Yes, I did.
Then you call your lawyer and you say to your lawyer, send her a letter indicating she better come and get the car. Then you're not having contact. Do you understand?
Right.
All right, so don't give me this. You're not an unintelligent man. There are many ways to deal with this kind of problem. Call your lawyer and say, I don't want this car on my property. It's her car. I'm turning it over to her. She's got the car. It's off my property. But you didn't do that. So what happened? So it sat there for how long?
It sat there until I had it towed on the 5th of May. It was the only thing that I could possibly do with the car because I had no interest in that car per divorce decree. And the only thing possibly I could do is make sure that it was in her name, which I didn't know it was not in her name because of the fact that she had to have been able to license that in February of 2001. And in order to do that, she would have to have signed the registration to do that.
So she signed your name. She probably did that over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
No, he gave me the registration. It came in his mail that he handed over to me.
So it's that's very possible.
So I put in, by law, a report of sale, which I did not have to do because it already stated in the divorce decree that it was her car.
Who are you?
I'm a companion of Sherry.
I don't want to hear from you yet, if ever.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She started to get very vindictive against my girlfriends. She even emailed to one of my girlfriends just to break us up.
This is a lie.
And later today,
I'm not holding it against you that you did not dress for court today, but I think that you can get a leg up if you speak up, speak from your diaphragm. Don't swallow your words. You got it? Speak up, speak from your diaphragm. Don't swallow your words. You got it?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sherry White says ex-husband Dale Dreyer illegally towed her vehicle and then had it impounded.
Go ahead. You put the car in her name, then you
I did not put the car in her name. I just put in a report of sale saying that the car was hers as of November. And at that point, I had the car towed. I put in a 72-hour notice in the window, which is required.
You put in
the window of the car.
Listen to me. You put in a 72-hour notice in the window of a car that's on your property.
Correct.
And then you had it towed.
And I had it towed. That is all what's required in the state of Washington. People who own the car do not have to be notified. It just has to be put in the window of the car.
How long did your divorce take? 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2
No, our
years?
divorce was final in 90 days. And it was a good divorce. In fact, we used the same lawyer. It wasn't until January when she started to get very vindictive against my girlfriends, where she even emailed from the work computers to one of my girlfriends just to break us up. She's been doing this since we've been divorced.
This is a lie.
Don't you think it would have been the smarter thing to do, instead of having the car towed off your property, to have it towed onto her property?
She would have still got the towing bill, and it still would have came back to me.
Maybe, and maybe not. But right now, she's got a bill of $726.
Correct.
Because you really didn't do the right thing.
Is the only thing I could do.
No. What you could have done to protect yourself was get in touch with the lawyer that you both used and say, look, I have this car, and if she doesn't make arrangements to come and get this car off my property, I am going to have it towed. I don't want to look at it anymore.
Which would have been more expenses for me, Your Honor.
You mean to write a letter?
For the
or
lawyer
to call her? No. No, come on.
My lawyer charges me $185 an hour, Your
Well,
Honor.
that's all right. This would have taken all of 3 minutes.
The restraining order.
This would have taken all of 3 minutes.
Correct, Your Honor.
So as a result of what you did, she's got this bill. You think that's reasonable? You're the father of her children. She's the mother of your children. You're not supposed to do things to hurt each other. Either one of you.
Correct.
Not supposed to do things to hurt each other. If it didn't work out, it didn't work out. Whether it be 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, doesn't work out, you say, sorry, but you don't do things to hurt each other, because that puts your kids in the middle. Is Jonathan still living with you?
No, Your Honor.
When did he leave?
He left approximately 2 weeks ago.
Where did he go?
Unknown.
You don't know where he went?
No, I don't.
Do you know where he went?
Yes, I do. He's living with his girlfriend and her family.
How old is he?
He's 20.
Did you have an argument with him?
Yes, I did.
Do you see your youngest son?
Yes, I do.
He comes over to visit?
He's called me numerous times in the last month and a half.
Has he come over to visit?
Yes, he has.
So there's not a problem with him?
Yes and no. I can't answer that. The reason is yes, there is a problem with him, but I am dealing with the problem.
Okay. Well, deal with this better. You're going to give your former wife $726 because you didn't do the right thing in having a car that you knew that she would not see the sign that you put in the window. You complied with the letter of the law, but not the spirit of the law. The spirit of the law was that you notify the person whose car it is that if they don't move the car, you're going to have it towed. That's the spirit of the law. That's the substantive part of it. What you did with, you complied with the letter of it with full knowledge that she would never see that notice and therefore never be able to reclaim the car. Whether she wanted to reclaim it or not, she may not.
Can I interrupt? Your Honor, I have a statement here from the Department of Motor Vehicles stating that she had 15 days to convert the title over into her name. And if it was not done within 45 days, it is actually considered a misdemeanor. And she never did it. It still at this date isn't.
Listen to me, sir. There was originally an agreement that I believe that your youngest son wanted the car. He took it, then he decided he didn't want it. The oldest son said, I want it. He brought the car to your, listen to me. Your oldest son brought the car to your house. After a while, you said to him, I don't want it here, but he never did anything about it with taking it back to his mother. You knew the whole derivation of the story. It wasn't that she had the car towed to your house and left it there to annoy you. It was brought there by your children. That's how it got there, by your children. So don't show me things that are underlined that says she has 10 days or 15 days to convert it into her name. The idea was to let your kids have a car. And what you did was vindictive. Yeah, you have a counterclaim. You want her to pay $1 a day for storing the car for 122 days. That's ridiculous. You knew how it got there and you should have done the right thing. You didn't. It's going to cost you $726 because I don't think she should be responsible for it. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it's a bunch of baloney that she didn't follow the laws.
I hope this ends it all with this man.
It's just another win for a vindictive lady against me that she's been at me ever since the divorce.
I want nothing to do with him.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Shartza versus Myers. Step forward, please.
19-year-old student James Schartzer is suing his former friend, 20-year-old loan officer Matthew Myers, for vandalizing his car. Matthew says James tried to run him over. He is countersuing for money owed on a computer.
Mr. Sharzer, I gather from your complaint that you know the defendant, Mr. Myers, and it is your claim that he vandalized your car. The defendant says that he did not vandalize your car, that you were not in the car at the time of this incident. Some of your friends tried to run him over, and he merely placed his hands on the hood of the car because he was trying to protect himself. Mr. Myers says that you owe him some money for a computer and is counterclaiming. Is that what this is about?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When was your car vandalized, sir? On what date?
April 27th, 2002.
And tell me how it came about that your car was in the vicinity of Mr. Myers' house.
Well, it all started, I was hanging out with some friends.
I want you to speak up, speak slowly so that I can hear you, because I'm not holding it against you that you did not dress for court today. Just because they're wearing suits and shirts and ties doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to tell me the truth, right?
Right.
But I think that you can get a leg up if you speak up, speak from your diaphragm, don't swallow your words. You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go.
On the night of April 27th, 2002, I was hanging out with some friends, and one of my witnesses, Susie...
Stop tapping. Don't tap.
One of my witnesses, Susie, had to go over his house to deliver a payment for that computer.
What computer?
The computer that we made a deal with where I put a down payment down. He put the other $500 on his credit card, and I was paying the monthly payment.
Susie was going to go over to his house to make a payment for you to him on a computer that he had put on his credit card as a favor to you.
Yes, ma'am.
We got that down?
Got that.
And why weren't you going to make the payment, sir?
Because at the time we weren't friends.
Why is that? Had you been late in making the computer payments?
No, I believe it was the first payment that was being delivered.
Okay, go ahead.
And we weren't friends, and she had to go over there. So I let two of my friends drive her over there because I didn't want any altercations. And they went over there, and she went in the house.
You weren't there, so you don't know what happened. But that's why she went over there in your car. Right? Susie! So you went over there with a payment. How much of a payment did you go over with?
I believe it was $60.
What happened when you got there?
I walked inside and I handed Matt the payment. He was sitting on the couch by himself, and I was just talking to him because I hadn't seen him in a while. And then I told him that Rich, the boy who drove me, was out there, and he wanted to say hi. So he went outside with us, and he said hi to Rich, and he looked at the car, and then he was like, something like, give a message to James. And he started like kicking the side of the door, and then he walked around and started kicking the front of the door, yelling that he wanted his money. And so I was scared, so I jumped back in the car and we drove off.
He just started kicking the car?
Yeah, he knew it was James's, so he just...
Of course he knew it was James's.
So he like grabbed onto my shoulder and started kicking the car, and then he walked around and jumped on the front and started jumping on the hood of the car.
What'd you do that for?
I didn't do it.
What'd you do?
This is what happened. She came over, I met her outside. I was talking to her, she gave me the $60. I thought it was $70, but she gave me $60, and then what happened? I'm nervous. And what did she do? She gave me the money, and then I was sitting in front of the car.
No, this is
I know, I'm sorry.
slowly.
No.
I want you to do this. Go. Take a deep breath. Okay. Now slow.
We started to talk, and then she got in the car. Right? I'm nervous. Sorry. I'm sorry. And we started talking, and then I started getting mad because she said he wasn't going to pay the rest of the money because she owes me $500.
He wasn't going to pay you the rest?
No, that's what she told me because he owes me $500. I got it right here. And then after that, I don't know if he wasn't driving the car. He was in the passenger seat. And
Thank you for clearing that up for me.
Okay, sorry. And then I started yelling at her, and I was like, someone's going to pay this money. Someone's going to pay this money. And I was getting real angry. And what happened was she jumped in the car, and I thought they were going to back out the driveway. I was yelling at him. When he jerked forward on the car, I slammed my hands on the car real hard, and I went over to the driver's side and ripped the person out of the car. I was angry because they were trying to run me over. He took off real fast. That's basically what happened.
Let me see the damage to your car. I assume that at one time you were pretty good friends if you let him put money on the computer.
Yeah, we were friends. So
what happened to that friendship?
He's a con artist. That's what he is.
What?
He's a con artist. He uses people for money. He's suing me right now so he can pay other people off.
Okay. She says that he kicked the sides of the car 2 places and then he jumped on the hood. Is that right?
He kicked the passenger side. He didn't touch the
passenger side only. The hood I got. The hood's no question. The driver's side is out because he didn't touch the driver's side, right?
Right.
So here we go, the driver's side. And the back he didn't hit, right? Just the driver's side.
No.
Back. Back. What are you showing me these pictures for? I have better
He's
things to
trying to get
do.
more money.
The
That's what he's trying to
taillights
do.
were.
What?
He kicked the taillights, and the taillights were out of line.
She just said kick us out of the car. I'm sorry.
Bert, is this the passenger side or the driver's side? Looks like the driver's side to me. Maybe.
Depends on which way the car is facing, Judge.
Yeah.
Is that two-door or?
Two-door.
Oh, I think it's the passenger side.
Two-door.
It's in the back of the car over here.
Yeah? Okay. All right, let me see your estimate, sir. What kind of car is this?
It's a 1989 Honda CRX.
Left door damage, left quarter dents, left to light, left quarter. He only kicked in one place.
Before I was told that he went all the way around the car.
That's not what you just said,
It
right?
went on the passenger side, and the passenger mirror, and then the hood of the car, and that was it.
All right. Whole car isn't worth $3,200.
Yeah, it's worth $29,333. I got it right here in the blue book.
Okay. You still driving the car?
It's getting a new motor put in right now.
Well, maybe this will help pay for some of the motor. All right, now tell me about the computer.
Well, basically, yeah, my brother was there at the time. I put it on my credit card with him.
How much do you owe him for the computer, sir?
$500.
So he still owes you $500?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And you can't dent his car, sir, in order to get your money. I'm giving him $1,500 for all the dents to his hood and the dents, because he's got bad dents to his hood where you lost your temper. No. You lost your temper, sir. Lost your temper. You were angry. You lost your temper. You got to pay for that. But from that, I'm taking away $500, which I'm awarding you on your counterclaim, which means I'm entering a judgment for the plaintiff, nothing on your counterclaim, because I'm setting it off the amount of $1,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 99 on the calendar in the matter of Shank versus Casey. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Shank, you and Miss Casey had a 7-year relationship and lived together for most of that time, I gather. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you had a rather acrimonious breakup, and each of you claim property loss. The other is holding property that belongs to the other. You claim, in addition, that she filed false police reports about you, indicating that you had assaulted and threatened her, which caused you loss of business and income. So I want you to tell me exactly what it is that you are complaining about that she owes you.
I have a list here, Your Honor, of the items which were not returned to me. She also threw all my belongings that she did get returned to me in the swimming pool, including books, pictures.
Had you been living together up to that time?
Yes, ma'am, for 7 years.
Okay. And on what date did you leave the house, and under what circumstances?
I believe it was the 6th of May was the date of the restraining order.
Tell me what happened on the 6th of May.
During the day, she was telling me that she was getting a restraining order and having me removed from the property, and I kept telling her that I didn't feel she had a right to a restraining order because I'd been peaceful. She kept on. Well, I got angry, and that night I had a few beers with my friends, and I went to her house. I woke her up quietly. I said, Charlene, we need to talk about this. We need to work this out. She pulled a pillow over her head and yelled at me that tomorrow the police would be escorting me out of there. And I said, how are you going to do that? And she said, well, I'll make something up.
That's not true. Did the police come the next day?
The police did come that evening, I guess. I don't know. I left and had no further dealings with Charlene since.
Okay. Can I see that list of property, please?
I do have police reports, too.
Just a minute. Okay, you got a lot of stuff here from a 7-year relationship that ends with the statement, all you really want is my horse Elvis, that you value at $4,000.
And my picture of my son.
And your picture of your son. Now, where is this horse?
She told the officer that she wasn't giving me the horse.
Whose horse is it?
Mine.
It was my horse, Your Honor.
My horse.
Just a second.
Sorry.
Tell me when you got the horse.
Your Honor, this horse here is Rowdy. I purchased him early on in the carriage business, and
you and the defendant had started a carriage horse business.
Right.
Okay. And you took people around in rides for
Yes, ma'am.
events?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And did weddings and other types of events. I purchased this horse here, and he was really good for the business, but he really hated for people to pet him, that strangers. So we kept looking for another horse. We found another horse. Charlene purchased the other horse, sold this horse, and put the money from this horse into her account to replace the other horse.
Well, how much was Rowdy?
Elvis cost $1,800, and we sold Rowdy for $2,000.
And you were in business at that time with the
Yes,
defendant
ma'am.
that you both worked in?
Yes, ma'am. I have the franchise agreement here showing that we were partners in the business.
Let me just see that, please. See?
Yeah, I have that. He can have that back.
Fine.
We also had purchased a trailer together, which I have proof of that here also.
It's also a lie.
Did you do any other work, Mr. Schonk, in the time that you were running this carriage business?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you do any other work at the time you were running this carriage
Yes.
business?
I had 2 jobs.
Okay. Now, where's the horse?
The horse is, okay, I bought the horse.
Just I asked you a question. Where's the horse?
The horse has been traded for another carriage.
What'd you do with the money that you got from the Rowdy horse?
That went back into the business.
Fine. I mean, you entered into a business arrangement with him. Sure you did.
I have my sole proprietorship of my business.
What was he doing there? Were you paying him a salary?
He was keeping all the money he made himself. Every
Were you
money
paying
he made,
him a salary?
No. Yes, he was making money off the weddings we did, but as we did downtown work, the money we made nightly, he pocketed in his money. I put mine in my business account. He took his and put it in his pocket. I didn't get none of that money. None of it.
Well, you must have shared expenses in the house.
I paid my bills. He bought horse feed and hay on occasion.
All right.
Okay?
Listen to me. This is very difficult. When people live together and aren't married, it's complicated enough. And then when you enter into a business that each of you work in, it makes it even more difficult. You paid $1,800 for this horse, Elvis, is that right?
Out of my money.
Stop!
My personal.
You paid $1,800 for this horse, Elvis. You got some money for Rowdy. Rowdy went into the business account.
Right.
Fine. All right. $900 in his picture. Okay. What other property, sir?
This trailer, Your Honor, we bought this trailer together, and she sold the trailer also.
When?
Since 16th of April.
So, you were still living together?
According to the paperwork here, it was supposed to be in both of our names, and I don't know how she sold it without my signature on the title.
Let me see.
I have the title.
Let me see.
Registration. Can I say something?
In a minute. Well, it's registered in the name of Charlene Casey or John Schonk.
On the top line there where I circled, Your Honor, it says if this box is not checked, it's assumed as and.
It says or.
On the application for title,
I don't
it
care
says-
what the application
Okay.
is. This is what the title says.
Okay.
Title says or. How much did you sell the trailer for?
$1.
Prove it.
Well, I sold it to my daughter. I didn't have her sign anything, but I have a promissory note where I borrowed money to buy that trailer, and I paid it in full.
Let me see.
He paid no money towards the trailer, Your Honor. I paid it all. I sold another horse trailer to buy that horse trailer,
And what'd you put it in his name for, too?
I don't know why. I
don't know either.
I don't even know.
I don't know either.
Being nice.
Now you got to pay for it.
Can I show you my other evidence?
Just a second.
Please? Okay.
Listen to me.
All right.
You did it. No court is going to go back 2 years, 3 years, 4 years to figure out what was going through your mind when you put this in both names. You put it in both names. Do you understand?
Yes, and I know why I did.
I don't know why you did. You wanted to be nice because you were living with him as a family and you were going into business with him. And it was supposed to be a business that you were going to work up, make a living from, whatever. So you can't sell the trailer to your daughter for $1 because that's a lot of who shot John. Don't play with me, madam. Don't play with me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
When he threw the phones across the room, I jumped out of bed and grabbed the phones and dialed 911 and stuck it underneath the sheets. He told me that he was going to rape me, and then I clicked off the phone, but she heard him say he was going to F me up.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. John Shonk says ex-girlfriend Charlene Casey threw his belongings into the swimming pool. Charlene says John stole her horse carriage.
What's next, sir? Anything else?
She made false report to Crime Stoppers accusing me of stealing the carriage. This is the original carriage that started the business, and she led them to believe that it was a random burglary that...
Did you take one of the carriages, sir?
I took 2 of them, Your Honor.
2?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are they?
I have them both.
You do?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do they cost when they were purchased?
One of them was $4,200, I believe, and the other one was $2,500. There was a lot of other equipment in the business also, Your Honor.
I'm not getting into fax machines,
Right.
photo machines, telephones. I'm getting. No. So you have these 2 carriages?
Yes, ma'am.
And you sold the horse trailer to your daughter for $1. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
That's a wash to me. You keep the carriages. You keep the carriage. You have no horse. You have a horse. You have a horse, and no carriage. You have carriages and no horse. Sounds to me.
I have
like 2
I have the
people who deserve
receipts. I
each other.
paid for them carriages on my own money, on
Listen
my
to
personal
me.
account.
Listen to me. You don't have a personal account.
Yes,
you
I
can
do.
go into business with him.
Can you look at my evidence, please?
Oh, sure. I'm going to look at your evidence, but you don't seem to get the drill. You can do whatever you like with paperwork, and you can sell something that you believed might be a joint piece of property to your daughter for $1. But that doesn't mean when you come into court, I have to buy it.
Right.
You lived together with this man for 7 years. You started a business. He worked the business. You worked the business. He worked outside. You worked inside. You bought things that you needed for the business. And now you're separated. Now you say, here's all this junk. You figure it out. But you say, I'm going to protect myself the best way I can. I'm going to sell this piece of property to my daughter for $1. You say, I'm taking the carriages, so at least I have something. That may be all you're left with, except the $900 for Elvis and your picture. Now I'll hear you.
Okay, ma'am. I did not file a false accusation. Here's my 911 transcript that when he attacked me and held me against my will, tried to rape me, tried to strangle me. I had marks on my neck. Here's my pictures.
Shh. He was yelling at you.
More than that.
That's all it says.
Well, this is because when he threw the phones across the room, I jumped out of bed and grabbed the phones and dialed 911 and stuck it underneath the sheets. So when he came running back in the room,
it says he was yelling
the
at you.
911 officer heard him yelling at me, and then I clicked off the phone, but she heard him say he was going to F me up. And also when he was attacking me, he told me that he was going to rape me.
Doesn't say that here.
Because I didn't have 911 phone call on at that time. This is when he first attacked me.
Yeah.
And here's my pictures of the mark he put on my neck, how he busted in my room. And I tried to call for my son for help. I tried to get my arm to raise the window up to call for my son for help. He hurt my arm. That's why he left, because I had 911 on the other line, and he ran out the back door, and then the police came, and I went that day and got my injunction.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. John Shonk claims ex-girlfriend Charlene Casey damaged his property by throwing it in the swimming pool. John says she also owes for the cost of a horse.
When you went out to do weddings, who drove the carriages?
We both did.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that. You both drove the carriages?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
For the first year or more, we only owned one carriage, Your
And
Honor.
at that time, we took turns. He would take a ride, I would take a ride. And then when I got my father's inheritance money, I went and I bought the other 2 carriages. I bought 3 horses, and I bought driving lines. I bought $1,500 worth of harnesses.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Mr. Shonk, your sole source of income was from these carriage horses?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have any other source of income?
When we originally started the carriage business, I had a full-time job for the first 2 to 3.
Did you have any savings?
No, ma'am.
So it is a fair statement that Ms. Casey makes when she tells me that she, in fact, invested the vast majority of the money for the property that formed the business.
Yes, ma'am.
Then how can you claim that you own these carriages that you took?
I originally bought the first carriage. I started the business.
No, you originally bought one carriage?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And horse and harness.
Just a second. With what is my question?
With what? I was working a full-time job at the time, and I sold my horse.
Which horse?
I had a horse before the carriage. We had horses all along.
I see. So how much did you put in when you started the business?
When we started the business, the first carriage was, I believe, $2,500. I'm not exactly sure of the price, but
okay.
it's right in that neighborhood.
And where is that carriage now?
The first horse was $2,000.
Where is that carriage now?
I had that carriage.
How many carriages do you have altogether?
I have 2.
So the other carriage belongs to her?
And half.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, the other one belongs to me, too.
The other carriage belongs to her?
One carriage belongs to her.
So why didn't you give it back to her?
Well, this was another carriage, the third carriage that we owned. She changed the locks on the storage unit, didn't allow me to work at all.
After I got my injunction. Okay, I'm sorry.
And I had nothing. She had my horse, she had all my belongings, everything, and I just took whatever I could take.
All right, we have to give her back that carriage. Now, is there any way of identifying that carriage from the other carriage?
Yes.
How?
It's white with red velvet seats. It was made in Canada, and it has a stamp on the back.
Your Honor, this carriage was given to me as a gift right here, and she has it at her house.
That one goes back to her in 5 days. The one that she's just described, and I will prepare the order. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, do you have one that belongs to him at your house? What is the one he's talking about?
I have no idea. I never.
She bought this maroon carriage and gave it to me as a gift. She
That's
said,
a lie.
"This is your carriage. The
That's
white
a
one
lie.
that I'm buying is mine."
Forget it!
Okay.
Now, you get $900 and you get the picture of your son. You will return to her within 5 days the carriage. And I'm not satisfied that there was not an incident in the room after examining the photographs. I think that you had a couple too many beers, Mr. Shank. Now,
I agree.
your countersuit is for lost wages and future income.
Right.
Forget it. You want the return and value of personal property. So you're getting
Right.
back one of your carriages.
And my harnesses.
How many harnesses do you have?
I have 2 harnesses. Your
One goes to her, one goes to you. Anything else?
Okay, this is a receipt that I paid $1,273 of the carriage that he says that he paid for.
Listen to me.
And this is my.
I've given you absolutely more time than anybody else
Here it
would
is.
give you with regard to this. With regard to
draft
this
horse
stuff.
harness right here.
Just listen to me
Okay.
carefully. It is absolutely impossible without experts. Experts who can value a business, who can value what everything is worth now, 2 years later, 3 years later from when you purchase them, to make a judgment. This is not a marriage. Now, if you've been married, something else. Then you get somebody who will value your all of your joint and single property and say, we're going to divide it in half, you take half, because it's all marital property. You have some receipts. You paid for some stuff. He paid with his time and working in the business. You now have horses and carriages. You now have a carriage. Uno.
Ma'am.
One carriage. You have no horse. Is that right?
No, ma'am.
Maybe you want to buy one.
He stole everything. I had
She
no
has
way
2
to go to
carriages
work.
right now also.
Sir, ma'am,
And a hay wagon.
I had no way to go to work. I have 2 minor children at home. He stole every way I had to make a living. He stole the tool that was to fix the other carriage. So
You
3
spent
weeks.
7 years of your life with him.
No, the business was in my name only. I have my occupational license for the past 3 years. It's in my name only.
My question is, so you're saying he was a paid employee?
He was an employee.
Did you pay taxes for him as an employee?
No.
Goodbye.
I tried to get him to pay taxes. I tried to get him to pay
Goodbye.
his taxes. He wouldn't pay them.
No, listen to me. My question is, he may not have paid them. Did you file?
I tried to get him to
Listen
go.
to me. Did you pay his Social Security? Did you give him a W-2 or a 1099?
I tried
whatever
to
you
get him to do
No,
it.
no. Listen to me, madam. Come over here, sir. Don't walk out on me.
I'm
Put your
sorry.
back on me. I walk out on you.
Okay.
Did you 1099 him at the end of the year that this is what he earned? The answer is no.
No, because I asked him to go with me, and he would not go.
He doesn't have to go anywhere with you, madam. All you have to do is 1099 him, send it into the federal government. Did you pay his Social Security?
He would not
The
go.
answer, He doesn't have to go anywhere. Did you pay his Social Security?
I didn't know how
He
much he
has-
made. He would not tell me how much he made. He stuck it all in his pocket. I never
He
knew.
was a partner in your business. That's the way you set it up. It may
He
have
never
been in
told
your
me how
name.
much he made.
Say goodbye to him and to me.
Goodbye.
Parties are excused.
He never
May
told
step
me.
out.
Oh, that's much.
Now, this is case number 148 on the calendar in the matter of Wilmore versus Stevenson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
All right, there are lots of pieces to this lawsuit, so let me see if I can simplify them. Take one piece at a time. Mr. and Mrs. Wilmore, the defendant was a tenant of yours for a period of time. It is your claim that she owes you for past due rent, that she owes for some utility bills, that she owes for some damage done to the property, and in addition, Mr. Wilmore, that she had you falsely arrested, and you spent a few hours in jail as a result of that arrest, and you want to be compensated for that. Ms. Stevenson says that you actually owe her money. She wants money for mental distress, and she wants all of the rent that she did in fact pay you during the course of her tenancy, because she says the property was substandard. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. When did Ms. Stevenson become your tenant, and in what kind of property?
We have a house that was built in 1909. It's a former ranch house that we restored over the past 3.5 years. The downstairs part of the house was turned into an in-law unit.
And that's what you rented her.
Yes.
When?
She actually moved in on February 21st.
Can I see the lease? Is
She
that the lease
signed
that you
lease on February 2nd.
All right. Term of the lease shall be for 6 months, commencing on February 7th. You moved in February?
Yes.
And when did Ms. Stevenson move out?
She moved out on June 3rd.
And this is her final notice that she pinned to the door.
I didn't ask anything. So, you moved out on June 3rd?
Yes, I did.
The rent, according to the lease, was $1,000 a month, and she was to give you $2,000 security deposit. Did she ever give that to you?
Yes.
Okay.
She gave us $1,750. She never gave us the $250 that was still due on the
Okay,
deposit.
so she gave you $1,750. Did you pay February's rent?
I paid from the 21st of February to the 28th, $250.
Okay, was that your agreement?
No.
No. This lease starts February 7th.
There was a 2-week delay because we were finishing construction.
So she couldn't move in.
No.
All right, so then she's correct that she gave you $250. So that
But that was not the deposit. The
I'm not
deposit.
talking about the deposit. I'm talking about for February's rent.
Okay.
Pay attention, because this is an intricate case, and I don't want to have to repeat myself. Put your hand down. March. Did you pay rent in March?
I paid rent in April for March.
How much did you pay in April?
500 plus 965, 1465.
How much did she pay in April?
When we came back, she said that due to the...
Listen to me.
All right.
Forget it.
How much
Can't
did
do it
she
this.
actually
I
pay?
can't do it this way.
Okay, do it your
In
way.
the 6 months, she should have paid $6,000 in rent.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much did she pay? How much did you pay in the 6 months?
$3,250.
And that's with or without the $1,750?
Including.
Including the $1,750?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you lived there for 4 months, you moved out.
I lived there 3 months and...
Some days?
Almost 2 weeks.
Well, then that's a whole month.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Sure.
The lease is from February 7th to July 7th. Although it says 6 months, it was signed for 5 months. When I brought it up to Mr. Wilmore, he said it's because they're having house guests.
It says it's a 6-month lease, but I miscalculated the months, and so it says from February through whatever it was, and it actually...
Whatever, I'm going to resolve that in her favor. I see exactly what you mean.
All right.
It says the term of the lease shall be for 6 months, commencing February 7th and ending on July 7th. That's 5 months.
Right.
Right.
There's more to this story.
I don't care. Listen, I don't plan on making this a whole day affair. This
All
is
right.
not the Scopes trial. You say she damaged the premises.
Yes,
How did
Your
she
Honor.
damage the premises?
She left boiling water on a wood parquet floor.
Show me. How do you leave boiling water on a wood parquet floor? I
You
don't
let it overflow a boiling pot, and then, I don't know, maybe wake up an hour later and turn the pot off.
What is this white thing? Is this the stove?
Yes.
Yes.
Stoves and I aren't friends. I usually can't identify them unless I see the whole thing.
Martha Stewart's available.
I have a large sign in my kitchen, and you know what this large sign says? Martha Stewart doesn't live here. Here. Would you give this to the defendant and show the defendant?
She says the nicest things about you.
I think she's wonderful. You know, she does her thing. I'll do mine. How did that happen?
Well, over
Not a
time.
well. Well isn't an answer. Let's have
Over
it.
time, because he had sawed off part of a countertop and put it into a new place right next to the stove and left a gape, half an inch, quarter an inch. Over time, I did see the swelling. He talked with the contractors. I was present to make note that there was swelling. But in my opinion, I did the best thing I could, cleaned up everything. I'm a very neat person.
Was water left there by you that had boiled over on the floor, causing
Absolutely
this?
not.
Absolutely not. And this, what you're showing me, listen to me carefully, what you're showing me is under
The stove.
the stove? Get it. Now tell me about this false arrest.
One day the sheriff's office arrived at my door and told me that I was under citizen's arrest. When I asked them what for, they said they couldn't disclose. It was a citizen's arrest, and that they made it quite clear that it was not their arrest,
It was by a citizen, this citizen.
not them.
Well, right. And it's clear that Miss Stevenson did, in fact, cause you to be arrested. So I think I'm going to let her tell me the story. Go ahead, madam.
I was greeting a neighbor across the street in the front of in the front of my unit, the back of their apartment. A neighbor that they have a mutual restraining order against. The plaintiffs had put my name as a protected person in a restraining order that they filed against my neighbor. I went to the court system, put a declaration on a penalty of perjury that I did not give them consent to be a protected person. However, this person is my friend. I ran across the street, went in his house actually for the first time, saw that he was a little ill, talked with him for maybe 5 minutes.
You're distracting me.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You had him violated on the temporary order of protection. Is that right?
I went down to...
Is that right? Based upon that statement, I read your answer, madam. Don't fool around with me.
And later today,
It's like a $2,000 TV, and 2 weeks later, we get into some kind of argument. She says she wants to break up. I said, I want my TV back then. She goes, no, tough luck.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Scott and Justina Wilmore claim former tenant Anna Stevenson owes for unpaid rent, damages, and for a false arrest. Anna says Scott violated her restraining order.
Go ahead.
My friend Michelle was waiting downstairs for me. I ran across the street, went up to my unit. Mr. Wilmore was on his upper deck patio and said the sheriffs are on their way. And I said, I know I didn't just hear you talk to me.
Why did you, just a second. I don't have a restraining order. You got a restraining order against him?
I have a restraining order against Mr. Wilmore.
For what?
For harassment, for peeping.
What kind of harassment?
First of all, he...
Let me see a copy of the restraining order.
Peeping Tom, ma'am. I caught him in my... crouched down in a small window,
Your Honor,
peering
if you were
through
married
my...
to this one, would you...
Now, listen to me. Listen to me. Mr. Wilmore,
I'm sorry.
you're making it very difficult for me to concentrate on this case.
Okay.
I want you to understand that. Now, I know that you and your wife don't want me to make it difficult for me to concentrate on this case, but talking to each other, looking through your papers, is not helping me.
Okay.
Okay. What was the date, by the way, that he allegedly violated this protective order?
The date I had him arrested, 5/20.
What was the date?
5/20.
And you had gotten this on May 7th?
Correct.
It was continued on your request until the 22nd of May, is that right?
That's right.
Why was it continued?
Because Mr. Wilmore asked for a continuance.
He actually appeared?
He did the first
time and asked for a continuance until the 22nd. Is that right, sir?
Yes.
No, I'm sorry.
Quiet!
It's not, because... the
Listen to me.
continuance was more than second.
Just be quiet. And 2 days before you were scheduled to go back to court, Mr. Wilmore said to you from his balcony, I've just called the police.
Yes, ma'am.
And based upon that, you had him violated on the temporary order of protection. Is that right?
I went down to...
Is that right? Based upon that statement, I read your answer, madam. Don't fool around with me. Based upon that statement, the sheriffs are on their way. You had him violated for talking to you. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am, that's right.
Good. How many hours did you spend in jail?
4.5.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Wilmore?
I used to do software, now I restore houses.
Charged by the job or you charged by the hour?
Currently, it's by the job.
Is this the first time you spent any time in jail? Want to answer that question? What are you looking it up for?
It's not, I don't remember. I don't think so. I mean, I visited, yes.
I don't know what that means, Mr. Wilmore.
Driving infractions.
Driving infractions. Anything other than driving infractions,
No.
sir? Okay. So far, she owes you $1,000 in rent. That's what I figured so far. And I haven't gotten to her counterclaim yet. I haven't gotten there yet. She also owes you $500 for the aggravation of you spending time in jail, because I think that it's outrageous that she had you arrested for saying to her the sheriffs are on their way. Outrageous! An abuse of the system, an abuse of sheriff's time, an abuse of everybody's time, just nothing but retaliatory being nasty. It's going to cost her $500. All right, now we're going to get to your side. You're suing for mental distress and a refund of all the rent that you paid to the plaintiff. So let me explain this to you, Miss Stevenson. I believe people have free will and free choice. I don't want to hear that the apartment was substandard, because you live in a free country, and if you don't like the accommodations, you move out. Do you understand?
Yes.
So now you can tell me about the mental distress.
Okay, the mental distress was endured for multiple entrances by the plaintiff without notice or consent, barging in at any time, day or night, having workers illegal at that, entering my unit without consent or notice.
Move.
Move? I did.
Good. That's what you do. You move. And you don't wait 4 months to do it. Counterclaim is dismissed. On your claim, I'm awarding you $1,500. It's $1,000 for rent and $500 for the 4 hours that you spent in jail and her ridiculous complaint. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She's a good judge.
I'm just so thrilled that it's over.
I respect what she had to say.
It's been a nightmare, and I'm just happy that she's out of our life.
I respect the way she handled their behavioral patterns.
She was a tenant from another planet.
Never trust an animal.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Cannon versus Coughlin, step forward, please.
Pilot David Cannon is suing ex-girlfriend Jennifer Coughlin for the return of his 52-inch television set. Jennifer says David gave it to her when he was drunk.
Mr. Cannon, Miss Coughlin is your former girlfriend, and you say she has a television set, a big one, that belongs to you.
Yes, ma'am.
She says the television was a gift. And I find the story behind how you got this television set sort of interesting. I want to make sure I get it right. So why don't you tell me how you got the television set, sir, and when?
It was Super Bowl Sunday. We had decided to go to this place called Boston Pizza. We had just broken up recently and decided that day actually to get back together.
Your Honor, that's not true.
Don't interrupt.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Pilot David Cannon is suing ex-girlfriend Jennifer Coughlin for the return of his 52-inch television set. Jennifer says David gave it to her when he was drunk.
Go ahead.
So we went over to the bar. My next-door neighbor was joining us. He joined us a little later. During the game, I was talking to this gentleman next to me, and he was a Patriots fan. I was a Rams fan. Unfortunately, he was the happier one at the end of the night. Patriots won. They were giving away a TV at the end of the night, and the gentleman won it. And I was like, he lived in Boston, and I was like, you can't take that TV back with you. Why don't you just give it to me? He goes, well, if you pay my tab, my bill, I'll let you have the TV. So I was like, well, that's a deal, because it's like a $2,000 TV, and I paid the tab. It came to like $150, and we were excited, and I was excited about getting back together with her, and I said, well, why don't we just take the TV over to your place, because that's where I always stayed anyway when we were together, and we could all enjoy it, you and your kids. And in the heat of the moment, I kind of said, well, I'll just give it to you, why not? And my next door neighbor, as we were taking it out, told me that I was nuts, and And as we were driving over there and got it up and set up in her apartment, I realized that he was right, and I told her as much. And I said, I can't just give this to you. It's too big of a gift. Why don't we just keep it here? We can all enjoy it. You know, and I'll be here for at least another year, and you know, we're back together, and you know, life is good, flowers and happiness and joy, and and she agreed to it. She said, okay. And my next door neighbor was there to witness it. He works for the state of Texas, and he was not able to come this week. But I have an affidavit if you want to read it. I didn't think you would, but I tried. So 2 weeks later, we get into some kind of argument. She says she wants to break up. I said, I want my TV back then. And she goes, no. I went out and got the warranty in my name. It's my TV now. Tough luck.
Your version.
It's quite different than that. We were sitting at Boston's in Louisville watching the Super Bowl, and we befriended the man in question that originally won the television. And Mr. Cannon here was quite drunk. When the TV was won by him, he looked at us and said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and give it to you guys because I can't take it back to Boston, obviously. And he got up and announced to the whole entire bar that he was giving it to me. And his neighbor loaded it into his truck, brought it to my apartment that evening, and I also had some neighbors of mine help bring it up the stairs. And he told everybody who would listen that he was giving it to me, and he was so wonderful. I had done so much for him while we were together. I had loaned him money, this, that, and the other, and that he was giving it to me as a gift. And I did register the warranty in my name, which proves his verification of ownership from RCA, and I told him that I had done that, and he did say at one point, well, I was really drunk and I didn't know what I was doing, so I should probably just go ahead and, you know, just let you borrow the television. And I said, no, you don't do that. Called him a few choice names, and that was the end of it. I didn't hear from him again until April when he filed the case.
Mr. Cannon, describe this television.
It's a 52-inch big screen TV, RCA.
And what size television do you have now in your apartment?
Probably about 25-inch. I have the receipt from Boston's regarding the bill that I paid. I paid the guy's bill to get the TV.
I believe that. Mr. Cannon.
Yes.
I also believe you just gave her the television set. You were drunk. According to you, we were getting back together that day. You wanted to be very magnanimous. So it doesn't ring true that once you got the television up to her house, you would say to her, after having a whole day of drinking and being in a reasonable mood since you're getting back together with this lady that you are crazy about, listen, maybe it would be just a good idea if I let you borrow it. But you had already given it to her. She had already made arrangements and gotten people to move it up to her apartment.
Well, there wasn't anything arranged. We just kind of loaded up in my next door neighbor's truck and went
took
over
it there to her house because you had given it to her as a gift.
No, I originally said, let's just take it over to your house, because I didn't have any room in my house.
What do you mean you don't have any room in
we
your
already
house?
We already had 2 TVs, and her place was closer, and her TV was terrible.
So you gave her a TV. Let her enjoy it along with her kids. Goodbye.
All right.
Excused. You may step out. This is case number 193 on the calendar in the matter of Harris versus Cardisco.
Thank you, Bird.
Quite welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Miss Harris, is this your son?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this the son that has 2 children with this lady?
Yes, ma'am.
It is your claim that the defendant owes you some money for a series of loans. She and your son, I assume, lived together or were together for a period of time because according to what I've read, they have 2 children together.
Yes, ma'am.
How old are your grandchildren?
3 and 1. And John also has 2 stepsons, which were Rebecca's children.
Well, they were never married.
No, but he has custody of them.
He has custody of her 2 children that are not his biological children.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have custody of all 4 children. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
What is wrong with you? Shh, quiet.
We went through we're going through custody right now.
No. I could understand when you have a custody dispute involving parents, 2 biological parents, judge has to weigh what's in a child's best interest. But when a judge, unless the judge is educated on Jupiter, gives non-biological children to not even a step-parent, because the 2 of you were never married, to somebody else, there has to be something wrong with you. Do you have a drug problem, an alcohol problem?
I did, Your Honor. I did have a drug problem, and he doesn't have full custody of the children. It's going through social services.
Well, but who do they live with 5 days a week?
Right now, him.
Fine. So, and they go to school from his house?
Yes.
So right now he has custody?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you in a drug program?
Yes, I am.
Did you go into a residential program?
When I get back in town, I am.
So you are not now in a residential drug program?
No, but I'm in an outpatient program right now.
How long were you using drugs?
For 3 years. After I had my daughter, I got in a car wreck and had a lot of back problems.
Everybody has back problems. But everybody becomes addicted to drugs. Okay. Tell me about the loans.
Okay. Basically met Becky in March of '98 when she was living with her another boyfriend in the same complex we did. They broke up and she needed a place to stay, and she finagled her way into my house and lived with us for a couple months, and then her and John started a relationship. Then the first grandchild was born in 9 of '99, and from that point on, it started being just a big con. Every couple months, every couple weeks, she needed this or needed that or needed help with this. Then they broke up for a while, and she had her own apartment and would hold the baby almost hostage. If you want to see your granddaughter, you'll give me this. She had a car wreck in 11 of '99, and that's when she got her back hurt and started taking Vicodin and Zoma and got addicted to them. And then she got pregnant again with my second granddaughter and had her
Also no testament to his good judgment.
Yes.
Okay.
And she was born in March of 2001.
Now, when she lived with you, she also lived with you with her other 2 children?
Yes, ma'am. I supported her and her 2 children then. And then, after the second baby was born, she really got deep into the drugs. She, at one point, had 8 drug felonies on her. 2 of them were where she used my name to get the drugs. And she was actually able to con her way out of those charges. She got something called drug court, where she gets to go in and talk to somebody once a week. And
at what point did they remove the children?
In May of this year.
Were either of the girls born with any sort of drugs in their system?
No, ma'am.
Were either of them tested?
No, ma'am, so there's no way to know for sure.
Where does your son live now, Miss Harris?
My son lives in Fort Collins with the children, and I travel there every day to help him with the children.
Stand up. Who takes care of the children?
Oh, I do. My mother helps.
You work?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Construction.
How do you support yourself?
Right now, I don't have a place to live. That's why when I go back, I'm going into treatment.
How do you expect her to give you any money?
In July of this year, Becky claimed she got a $50,000 insurance settlement. She went out and bought a new car.
No, I didn't.
Did you?
No, I didn't. My grandmother.
Did you get any money?
My grandmother gave me a couple thousand to get me a car so I could get a job.
And what'd you do with the car?
It broke down.
Did you ever tell Miss Harris that you got a settlement for something?
I did tell her I had gotten some money and that I would give her some. I did tell her that. But I didn't have any. And as far as...
You didn't have any what?
I didn't have any money.
So what you told her was a lie?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much money do you owe her?
I do owe her money. She did give me money for Christmas. I'm not going to say I don't owe her anything, because I do.
So I'm asking, how much do you owe her?
I don't know for sure. I mean,
how much does she owe you for Christmas?
For Christmas alone, $800. But prior to that, I gave her $500 for rent in November, $500 again rent for January and and I even had to take loans out from where I worked for me to survive because I was giving her money.
Did you expect to get that money back?
Yes,
Ms.
I
Harris,
did.
my question is, seriously, did you expect to get that money back from her? And I mean, you can get a judgment, but I'm going to ask you honestly.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is she
because
going to get the money from?
She would actually sit there on the phone in front of me and be talking to the insurance guy. Actually sit there talking to him, but she actually wasn't talking to him. And she was
สามีเก่าทำหน้าภูมิใจเมื่อเดินเคียงข้างชูรักจนกระทั่งวินาทีที่ภรรยาเก่าเดินเข้ามาทุกอย่างก็เปลี่ยนไปทันทีแสงไฟในงานปาร์ตี้สะท้อนบนพื้นกระจกเสียงแก้วกระทบกันดังเป็นจังหวะกลิ่นน้ำหอมราคาแพงลอยปะปนกับกลิ่นไวน์แดงบรรยากาศหรูหราแต่เย็นสถานเขายืนอยู่กลางห้องยกคางขึ้นสูงมือกุมเอวหญิงสาวข้างกายแน่นเหมือนโชว์รางวัลให้ทุกคนเห็นแ แขกหลายคนมอง กระซิบ หัวเราะ เขายิ่งยืดอกมากขึ้น ยิ่งภูมิใจมากขึ้น ทันใดนั้น เสียงประตูเปิด ลมเย็นพัดเข้ามา ทุกสายตาหันไปทางเดียวกัน ผู้หญิงคนหนึ่งก้าวเข้ามา ก้าวเดินช้าแต่หนักแน่น ชุดเดรสสีงาช้างแนบลำตัว ผิวเธอสะท้อนแสงไฟจนเหมือนเรืองรองภรรยาเก่า ใบหน้าเธอนิ่ง ดวงตาเธอเยือกเย็น ริมฝีปากแดงเข้ม ไม่มีรอยยิ้ม แต่ความสง่าของเธอทำให้ทั้งห้องเงียบลง สามีเก่าชะงัก มือที่โอบเอวชูเริ่มสั่นเล็กน้อย ผู้หญิงข้างกายเขาขยับตัวหนี เหมือนรับรู้ถึงแรงกดดันที่มองไม่เห็น เธอเดินผ่านฝูงชน กลิ่นน้ำหอมของเธออุ่นและนุ่ม แตกต่างจากกลิ่นเย็นเฉียบของงานทั้งห้อง ผู้คนถอยให้ทาง เหมือนถูกแรงบางอย่างผลักออกไป จังหวะหัวใจของเขาเต้นผิดจังหวะ เหงื่อเริ่มซึมที่ขมับ เสียงหัวเราะรอบตัวเงียบหายทีละนิด เหมือนทุกคนรอฟังบางอย่างที่กำลังจะเกิดขึ้น เธอหยุดยืนตรงหน้าเขา สายตาเธอกวาดมองเขาและชูรัก แววตาเธอไม่ใช่ความโกรธ แต่เป็นบางอย่างที่เย็นลึกยิ่งกว่า ทั้งห้องรอคอย เขากลืนน้ำลายมือหลุดจากเอวชูโดยไม่รู้สั่น น้ำกระเพื่อม เสียงกระทบเบาๆดังขึ้นเหมือนความจริงกำลังสั่นคลอน มันไม่ใช่อย่างที่คิด เขาเปล่งเสียงออกมาในที่สุด แต่เสียงเบา หอบแผ่วเหมือนคนขาดอากาศ แล้วมันคืออย่างไร ภรรยาเก่าถาม ไม่ให้ออกทางหนี ไม่ให้หายใจได้เต็มปอด เขาสั่น องศาในห้องเหมือนลดลงเรื่อยๆ เขารู้สึกหนาวจนกระดูกสั่น แต่เหงื่อกลับไหลอาบหลัง ฉันไม่เคยทำอะไรเธอคนนั้น เขารีบพูด น้ำเสียงตื่น แหลม ไม่มั่นคง เธอให้สร้อยฉันเอง ก่อนที่เธอจะหายไป ฉันไม่รู้ว่าเกิดอะไรขึ้นจริงๆ คำพูดของเขาทำให้คนรอบตัวสายหัว ดูไม่จริง ไม่หนักแน่น เหมือนคนที่กำลังกลัวถูกจับได้ ภรรยาเก่าก้าวเข้าใกล้เพียงก้าวเดียว แต่เหมือนก้าวนั้นทำให้ทั้งห้องแคบลง เธอให้เองหรือไม่ เธอพูด ช้า ชัด เสียงของเธอแผ่วแต่กดลึก หรือคุณเอามันไป ในวันที่ไม่มีใครเห็น วันที่ทุกอย่างเลอะเทอะ และไม่มีใครรู้ว่าเกิดอะไรขึ้นกันแน่ เขาตาเบิกโพลง มือกำเสื้อแน่นจนเส้นเลือดปูด คุณหมายความว่าอะไร คุณกำลังกล่าวหาฉันหรือไม่ เธอไม่ตอบ แต่ดวงตาเธอคือคำตอบทั้งหมด เสียงหนึ่งดังขึ้นจากกลุ่มแขก เสียงผู้ชายคนหนึ่ง จริงจัง มั่นคง ผมจำสร้อยเส้นนี้ได้ มันเป็นของเธอจริงๆและเธอไม่เคยถอดมันออกงานทั้งห้องสั่นสะเทือนชูรักเบือนหน้าน้ำตาคลอเหมือนเพิ่งรู้จักตัวตนจริงของเขาภรรยาเก่าเอียงหน้ามองเขาในระยะที่ใกล้พอให้หัวใจเขาแทบหยุดเต้นเธอยกมือแตะสร้อยอีกครั้งลากปลายนิ้วไปตามขอบโลหะเหมือนกำลังปลุกความทรงจำของเขาให้ฟื้นขึ้นคืนสุดท้ายก่อนเธอหายไปเสียงของเธอนุ่มลงแต่ยิ่งนุ่มยิ่งแทงลึกคุณทะเลาะกับเธอเสียงดังจนคนข้างห้องได้ยินคุณยังจำได้หรือไม่เขาขยับริมฝีปากแต่ไม่มีเสียงความทรงจำเงาดำค่อยๆลอยขึ้นมาเขาอยากปฏิเสธแต่ภาพในหัวกลับชัดขึ้นเรื่อยๆเธอโน้มตัวเข้าใกล้ริมฝีปากของเธอเกือบชิดหูเขาคุณจำได้อยู่แล้วเขาสะดุ้งตัวแข็งเหงื่อไหลตามสันจมูกและฉันก็จำได้เช่นกันเขาเบิกตากว้างหัวใจหยุดเต้นไป1 จังหวะเพราะคำที่เธอกระซิบต่อจากนั้นคือสิ่งที่เขาไม่คิดว่าเธอรู้มาก่อนเลยคำที่เธอกระซิบเหมือนมือเย็นเฉียดจับคอเขาแน่นจนลมหายใจเขาขาดห้วงในทันทีฉันรู้ว่าเธอมาหาฉันก่อนจะหายไปหัวใจเขาเหมือนหยุดเต้นหัวเสียดแทงสมองว่างเปล่าโลกทั้งห้องหมุนช้าเสียงคนรอบข้างกลายเป็นเพียงเสียงเบาๆฟังไม่ออกว่าเป็นคำพูดหรือเสียงลมเขากระพริบตาถี่เหมือนต้องการหนีจากความจริงแต่ยิ่งพยายามภาพในหัวก็ยิ่งชัดห้องเล็กๆแสงไฟกระพริบเธอยืนร้องไห้มือกำสร้อยเส้นนี้แน่นจนเลือดไหลคำพูดสุดท้ายของเธอเสียงสั่นแต่อ้อนวอนเขากัดฟันแน่นพยายามข่มทุกอย่างคุณกำลังพูดเรื่องอะไรฉันไม่เข้าใจเลยเสียงของเขาไม่มั่นคงสั่นและเบาจนแทบไม่ได้ยินภรรยาเก่าถอยตัวเล็กน้อยมองหน้าเขาตรงๆดวงตาของเธอไม่แสดงความเกลียดชังไม่แสดงแค้นแต่เป็นดวงตาที่รู้ความจริงทุกอย่างดวงตาที่เขาหนีไม่พ้นอีกต่อไปแขกหลายคนเริ่มกระซิบจับกลิ่นความลับในอากาศกลิ่นหนักขมแสบจมูกเหมือนควันไม่ที่ลอยมาเรื่อยๆจนทั้งงานแทบหายใจไม่ออกชูรักยืนกับมือแน่นใบหน้าซีดริมฝีปากสั่นไม่หยุดนี่มันเรื่องอะไรคุณบอกฉันว่าไม่มีอะไรซ่อนอยู่คุณบอกฉันว่าอดีตจบไปแล้วทำไมเธอถึงพูดว่าเธอมาหาคุณก่อนจะหายไปได้อย่างไรหญิงชู้ถอยหลังแต่สายตาเธอไม่ละจากเขาเต็มไปด้วยความหวาดกลัวและความรู้สึกเหมือนถูกทรยศครั้งใหญ่เขาอ้าปากจะพูด แต่ภรรยาเก่ายกมือขึ้นเบาๆหยุดเขาไว้เหมือนเธอควบคุมทั้งห้องด้วยปลายนิ้วคุณไม่ต้องรีบพูดเพราะคุณรู้ดีว่าฉันรู้มากกว่าที่คุณคิดเสียงเธอนิ่งแต่หนักเหมือนหยดน้ำค้างแข็งตกกระทบพื้นแก้วจนแตกเป็นเสียงเขากลืนน้ำลายจุกหน้าแดงเอฟมือกำเสื้อแน่นขึ้นเรื่อยๆความทรงจำยังคงไหลย้อนกลับมาภาพสุดท้ายก่อนเธอจะหายไปเสียงตะโกนเสียงสะอื้นเสียงประตูปิดดังสนั่นเขาอยากปฏิเสธแต่ไม่รู้จะเริ่มตรงไหนเพราะทุกอย่างในคืนนั้นเขาไม่เคยเล่าความจริงให้ใครฟังเลยแม้แต่คำเดียวภรรยาเก่าก้าวเข้าใกล้1 ก้าวเสียงส้นรองเท้ากระทบพื้นดังคมเหมือนมีดที่ฟันลงบนโต๊ะไม้ทั้งห้องสะดุ้งตามเสียงนั้นอุณหภูมิลดฮวบเหมือนแอร์ถูกเปิดเต็มกำลังเธอหยุดอยู่ตรงหน้าเขาใกล้จนเขารับรู้ถึงกลิ่นน้ำหอมอุ่นๆจากตัวเธอกลิ่นที่เขาเคยรักแต่ตอนนี้กลายเป็นเหมือนมีดที่บาดใจเขาในคืนนั้นเธอพูดชัดช้าเสียงก้องในหัวเขาคุณทะเลาะกับเธอถึงตี 1เสียงดังจนเพื่อนบ้านโทรแจ้งผู้ดูแลคอนโดและคุณรู้หรือไม่ว่ากล้องโถงทางเดินไม่ได้เสียอย่างที่คุณคิดเขาเผลออ้าปากจะพูดบางอย่างแต่เสียงกลับหายไปเหมือนอากาศในลำคอถูกดูดออกผู้คนในงานเริ่มหันมามองเขามากขึ้นแววตาต่างคนเต็มไปด้วยคำถามที่ไม่มีใครกล้าพูดออกมาแต่ทุกคนกำลังรอคำตอบรอคำสารภาพชูรักยืนค้างมือกำกระเป๋าแน่นไหล่สั่นดวงตาเธอแดงก่ำเหมือนร้องให้แต่กลั้นไว้คุณบอกฉันว่าเธอไปเองคุณบอกฉันว่าเธออยากเริ่มต้นใหม่คุณบอกฉันว่าเธอปล่อยคุณไปแล้วน้ำเสียงเธอเต็มไปด้วยความเจ็บปวดและความหวาดกลัวภรรยาเก่าหันไปมองชู้รักเพียงเสี้ยววินาทีก่อนจะมองกลับมาที่เขาที่จริงเธอไม่ได้ไปไหนด้วยตัวเองเลยหัวเขามือสั่นจนแทบไม่รู้สึกลมหายใจสั้นลงตาพร่าร่างกายหนักเหมือนถูกถ่วงด้วยหินก้อนใหญ่คุณเขาพยายามพูดคุณไม่มีหลักฐานคุณแค่ต้องการทำให้ผมเสียหน้าในงานนี้คุณต้องการแก้แค้นคุณตั้งใจเธอแทรกขึ้นทันทีฉันไม่ต้องการแก้แค้นเพราะความจริงมันพอแล้วที่จะทำลายคุณเองเขาหน้าชาเส้นเลือดที่คอเต้นแรงหัวใจเต้นเร็วผิดปกติเหมือนจะระเบิดออกมาจากอกภรรยาเก่าขยับปลายสร้อยในมือเงาโลหะสะท้อนบนผนังเป็นเส้นแสงสั่นๆ เหมือนภาพจากคืนที่เขาพยายามลืมฉันได้ภาพจากกล้องโถงทางเดินในวันนั้นเธอพูดคำว่าภาพทำให้เขาแทบสุดลงกับพื้นแขกหลายคนอ้าปากเสียงอื้ออึงเริ่มดังขึ้นชูรักยกมือปิดปากน้ำตาไหลออกมาโดยไม่รู้ตัวไหลทีละหยดเธอถอยจนหลังชนเสาร่างสั่นจนยืนแทบไม่อยู่เขามองทุกคนมองรอบห้องสายตานับ10คู่จ้องเขาเหมือนสัตว์ป่าที่ได้กลิ่นเลือดจากเหยื่อเขาอ้าปากจะพูดแต่ภรรยาเก่ายกมือขึ้นอีกครั้งหยุดทุกคำในลำคอเขาคุณลากเธอออกจากห้องตอนตี 1:45เสียงของเธอเบาแต่กล้องในหัวเขาเหมือนฟ้าผ่าทั้งห้องเงียบกริบไร้เสียงแม้แต่ลมหายใจเขาสั่นไม่ใช่เพราะความหนาวแต่เพราะความจำที่จริงแท้ที่เขาพยายามฝังแต่ไม่เคยหายไปเขาสะอึกเหมือนจะอาเจียนเหมือนร่างทั้งร่างถูกฟาดด้วยความจริงที่หนักจนยืนแทบไม่ไหวและหลังจากนั้นเธอหยุดหายใจเข้าช้าลึกเหมือนกำลังจะปล่อยระเบิดที่ทั้งงานไม่พร้อมรับฟังทุกสายตาจับจ้องทุกลมหายใจหยุดค้างเธอจ้องหน้าเขานิ่งเย็นคมเหมือนใบมีดที่วางอยู่บนลำคอเขาแล้วเธอก็พูดคำที่ทำให้ทั้งห้องสั่นสะเทือนราวกับโลกแตกสลายคุณเป็นคนสุดท้ายที่อยู่กับเธอเขายืนนิ่งเหมือนถูกฟ้าผ่าใส่กลางอกลมหายใจติดขัดหัวใจบีบรัดจนเจ็บแปลบไปทั้งซวงคำพูดของเธอก้องอยู่ในหัวชัดหนักและคมกว่ามีดใดๆคุณเป็นคนสุดท้ายที่อยู่กับเธอประโยคนั้นเหมือนเสียงตัดสินเสียงที่เขาหนีมาเป็นปีๆเสียงที่เขากลัวมากที่สุดในชีวิตแขกทั้งงานเงียบสนิทความเงียบหนักทึบเหมือนผ้าดำผืนใหญ่คลุมทับลงบนทุกคนเขากระพริบตาน้ำตาซึมออกมาโดยไม่รู้ตัวแต่ไม่ใช่เพราะเสียใจเพราะกลัวจนแทบขาดใจปลายนิ้วเย็นเฉียบเหงื่อออกจนเสื้อเปียกแนบหลังร่างกายสั่นเหมือนเด็กที่หลงอยู่กลางฝนทั้งที่อากาศในห้องอุ่นชูรักมองเขาสายตาเปลี่ยนไปจากเดิมจากรักกลายเป็นระแวงจากระแวงกลายเป็นความหวาดกลัวลึกๆเธอไม่รู้ว่าเรื่องราวนี้ลึกแค่ไหนแต่ชัดเจนว่ามีบางอย่างไม่ปกติบางอย่างที่เขาไม่เคยพูดบางอย่างที่เขาพยายามซ่อนเธอก้าวเข้ามาใกล้เขาเสียงสั่นแต่ยังพยายามเข้มแข็งคุณบอกฉันมาตลอดว่าเธอจากไปด้วยดีคุณบอกว่าทุกอย่างจบแล้วนี่มันคืออะไร คุณลากเธอออกจากห้องทำไม คุณทำอะไรในคืนนั้นเขาหลบสายตาหายใจแรงอกกระเพื่อมจนเห็นได้ชัดฉันไม่ได้ทำร้ายเธอฉันไม่เคยทำร้ายใครเลยคุณต้องเชื่อฉันแต่ไม่มีใครเชื่อเพราะน้ำเสียงเขาสั่นจนดูไม่จริงไม่มั่นคงเหมือนคนที่กำลังโกหกทั้งตัวภรรยาเก่าไม่ได้รีบร้อนเธอจ้องเขานิ่งลึกเหมือนกำลังมองทะลุเข้าไปในความคิดทั้งหมดของเขาฉันรู้ว่าคุณทำอะไรในคืนนั้นเพราะฉันไปที่คอนโดของคุณวันรุ่งขึ้นและฉันเห็นรอยบางอย่างที่ไม่มีใครบอกฉันแต่ฉันรู้ได้ด้วยตัวเองหัวเขาก้มลงช้าๆเหมือนคอหนักเป็นก้อนหินเขาไม่อยากได้ยินแต่ก็ปฏิเสธไม่ได้รอยอะไรชูรักถามเสียงสั่นจนแทบฟังไม่ออกภรรยาเก่าหันไปมองเธอก่อนพูดเสียงเบาแต่ชัดเจนจนทุกคนขนลุกรอยเลือดตรงมุมประตูเช็ดไม่หมดมีกลิ่นคาวจางๆที่คุณลืมทำความสะอาดเสียงฮือฮาดังขึ้นรอบห้องบางคนยกมือปิดปากบางคนเบือนหน้าหนีบางคนมองเขาด้วยสายตาเหมือนกำลังเห็นสัตว์ร้ายที่ซ่อนอยู่ใต้หน้ากากมนุษย์เขาสั่นจนยืนแทบไม่อยู่มือกำแน่นจนเล็บกดลงเนื้อเจ็บจนชาแต่ไม่รู้จะทำอะไรฟังฉันก่อนมันไม่ใช่อย่างที่คุณคิดมันเป็นอุบัติเหตุฉันไม่ได้ตั้งใจมันเกิดขึ้นเร็วมากภรรยาเก่าขยับหน้าเข้าใกล้เขาเพียงนิดเดียวพอให้เสียงเธอแทงเข้าในหัวเขาเหมือนเข็มอุบัติเหตุหรือไม่มันก็ยังเป็นความจริงว่าเธอหายไปในคืนที่คุณอยู่กับเธอคนเดียวเขาหอบหายใจถี่เหมือนคนจมน้ำพยายามดิ้นหาอากาศคุณไม่รู้ทุกอย่างคุณไม่มีหลักฐานคุณแค่ต้องการทำร้ายฉันแค่ต้องการทำลายชื่อเสียงฉันเพราะฉันไปกับผู้หญิงคนอื่นเพราะฉันทิ้งคุณอิจฉาคุณแค้นคุณถึงมาใส่ร้ายฉันแบบนี้ภรรยาเก่ายิ้มบางๆแต่เป็นรอยยิ้มที่ไม่มีความสุขแม้แต่นิดเดียวเป็นรอยยิ้มที่ทำให้เขาเย็นไปทั้งตัวฉันไม่จำเป็นต้องอิจฉาผู้หญิงที่ต้องทนอยู่ข้างคุณเขาชะงักคำพูดนั้นเฉือนลึกลงไปจนใจเขาเลือดออกเธอพูดต่อชัดช้าเหมือนกำลังตัดผ้าชิ้นสุดท้ายออกจากความลับสิ่งที่ฉันมีไม่ใช่ความอิจฉาแต่เป็นของบางอย่างที่ฉันเก็บไว้มาตลอด2 ปีเขาสะดุ้งกล้ามเนื้อเกร็งจนปวดอะไรเสียงเขาแหบแผ่วเหมือนคนที่ใกล้หมดแรงเธอยกมือ ล้วงเข้าไปในกระเป๋าเสื้อคลุมสีดำดึงซองบางๆสีเทาออกมาซองเก่าที่ดูเหมือนผ่านเวลามานานมุมขอบซีดทุกสายตาตรึงอยู่ที่ซองนั้นแม้แต่ลมหายใจของคนในงานก็เหมือนหยุดไปเขาถอยหลังอีกก้าวหัวใจเต้นแรงความรู้สึกบางอย่างกดทับขึ้นมาจนพูดไม่ออกฉันได้สิ่งนี้จากเจ้าหน้าที่รักษาความปลอดภัยเก่าของคอนโดคุณก่อนเขาจะย้ายไปทำงานที่อื่นเขาเก็บมันไว้เพราะเขาเองก็สงสัยในคืนนั้นเขาส่ายหัวถอยเหมือนจะหนีแต่ทางหนีเต็มไปด้วยสายตาของผู้คนสายตาที่พร้อมจะจับเขากดลงกับพื้นเธอเปิดซองช้านิ้วเธอค่อยๆดึงกระดาษด้านในออกมากระดาษใบหนึ่งไม่หนักแต่เสียงที่ดังตอนเธอเลื่อนออกเหมือนเสียงฟ้าผ่าครั้งที่สองนี่คือภาพจากกล้องโถงทางเดินคืนที่เธอหายไปเขาหน้าซีดริมฝีปากสั่นดวงตาเบิกกว้างเหมือนคนที่กำลังจมลงไปในหลุมมืดลึกฉันเสียงเขาแตกหักฉันอธิบายได้ฉันต้องอธิบายได้แต่ภรรยาเก่าไม่ฟังเธอถือกระดาษไว้ในมือไม่ยกขึ้นไม่ให้ใครเห็นเธอเพียงพูดประโยคหนึ่งเสียงเรียบช้าและเย็นจนกระดูกเขาแทบแตกภาพนี้แสดงให้เห็นว่าใครคือคนที่จูงแขนเธอออกจากห้องในคืนนั้นเขาแข็งทื่อร่างกายชะงักลมหายใจหายไปเหมือนไม่เคยมีและก่อนที่เขาจะพูดอะไรเธอก็พูดคำที่ทำให้เขาสุดลงเหมือนขาไม่มีแรงอีกต่อไปและคนคนนั้นคือคุณร่างของภรรยาเก่ายืนนิ่งกลางแสงไฟสายตาของผู้คนจับจ้องไปที่เธอราวกับโลกหยุดหายใจบรรยากาศในงานเงียบลงจนได้ยินเสียงน้ำแข็งในแก้วกระทบกันเบาๆสามีเก่าก้าวถอยหน้าของเขาเปลี่ยนสีอย่างเห็นได้ชัดรอยยิ้มที่เคยมั่นใจหายไปจนหมดชู้สาวข้างกายเริ่มสั่นเธอกุมกระเป๋าแน่นราวกับต้องการเก็บความลับบางอย่างไว้แต่ทุกคนในห้องเห็นชัดว่าเธอไม่มั่นใจอีกต่อไปภรรยาเก่าหยิบโทรศัพท์ขึ้นมาเธอไม่พูดอะไรเพียงแค่กดเปิดวิดีโอที่ตั้งใจเตรียมมาภาพบนหน้าจอปรากฏชัดบนจอโปรเจคเตอร์ของงานปาร์ตี้เสียงหัวเราะของชู้สาวดังขึ้นในคลิปพร้อมประโยคที่ทำให้ทั้งห้องแข็งค้างผู้ชายคนนี้ไม่ใช่รักแท้ของฉันเขาเป็นเพียงเครื่องมือที่ทำให้ฉันมีชีวิตสบายขึ้นถ้าเขาไม่มีเงินฉันคงเดินจากไปนานแล้วเสียงในคลิปย้ำชัดคมและทำร้ายทุกคนที่ได้ยินสามีเก่าตาเบิกกว้างเขาพยายามแย่งโทรศัพท์แต่สายตาของผู้คนก็จับจ้องมาที่เขาเหมือนกำลังมองกองซากปรักหักพังชู้สาวหน้าเสียจนแทบยืนไม่ไหว ริมฝีปากของเธอสั่นและไม่มีคำแก้ตัวหลุดออกมาแม้แต่คำเดียวบรรยากาศเต็มไปด้วยแรงกดดันเหมือนอากาศในห้องถูกดูดหายไปทั้งหมดมีเพียงเสียงหายใจหนักๆของสามีเก่าเท่านั้นที่ดังชัดเจนภรรยาเก่าจ้องเขาไม่ใช่ด้วยความโกรธแต่ด้วยความปลงที่ผ่านการเจ็บมาแล้วหลายครั้งวันนี้ฉันไม่มาเอาคืนใครเสียงของเธอนุ่มแต่มั่นคงฉันมาเพื่อปิดฉากทุกอย่างและคืนอิสระให้ตัวเองผู้คนพยักหน้าบางคนปรบมือเบาๆอย่างเห็นด้วยสามีเก่าสุดลงนั่งบนเก้าอี้เหมือนทั้งร่างถูกถอนแรงออกไปจนหมดเขามองเธอด้วยสายตาที่เต็มไปด้วยความพ่ายแพ้ความมั่นใจที่เคยมีสลายหายไปในพริบตาเดียวชู้สาวก้าวถอยออกจากเขาอย่างระแวงราวกับเพิ่งตระหนักว่าความลับที่เธอเคยซ่อนอาจทำลายเธอเช่นกันภรรยาเก่ายิ้มบางๆยิ้มที่ไม่ได้สะใจแต่เป็นยิ้มของคนที่ยืนขึ้นได้ด้วยตัวเองเธอหมุนตัวเดินออกจากงานชุดเดรสของเธอพลิ้วตามแรงลมที่พัดเข้ามาจากประตูกระจกแสงไฟจากด้านนอกส่องกระทบใบหน้าของเธอทำให้เธอดูสง่างามกว่าเดิมหลายเท่าทุกสายตามองตามแต่ครั้งนี้